Time now for Green Bay Bullfrog Baseball on WOCO Stereo FM.
Jeremiah was a bullfrog, was a good friend of mine.
Today's game being brought to you by 24/7 Well and Pump, Island Felt Saskatchewan and Anderson, the NAW Credit Union, O'Connell Pharmacy, the O'Connell Falls Insurance, Stevenson National Bank and Trust, and Wits Piggly Wiggly, also by America Inn, Brew Pub Pizza, Cellcom, Tri-City Glass, and Triangle Distributing.
Hello and welcome to Herb Baker Field here on the campus of Marian University in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. My name is Nolan Knight, voice of the Bullfrogs, and welcome to the Bullfrogs pregame show. Bullfrogs last night dropped a contest to the Dock Spiders, dropping them to 12-22 on the season. That gives them an overall record here in the first half of the season as of course, 12-22. But tonight, the last game of the first half. What that means is that we are just about underway with the second half of the season. And for you Bullfrogs fans, that means it's a clean slate, a 0-0 record. And that's what the Bullfrogs need at this point. They currently sit at 9th in the South Division with that record and now are on a one-game losing streak after dropping last night's game. They would go 1-3 during the 1-2 rather during the three-game homestand. They would split a series with the with the Battle Creek Bombers, and then last night dropped the first game against the Fond du Lac Dock Spiders 6-2. Here in Fond du Lac, just about an hour south of Green Bay or so, for Game 2 of the two-game series. It's a home-and-home series, and so they're back here in Fond du Lac for the second time this season. Last time they were here, they managed the victory as they are 2-1 against the Dock Spiders this season. Take a look at your starting lineups. We'll start off with the Fond du Lac Dock Spiders. A.J. Lewis, the catcher, will lead things off for the Dock Spiders tonight. Joe Bro, the center fielder, will be batting second. Batting third and playing shortstop will be Chris Cornelius. Batting cleanup, the designated hitter, Luke Mangieri. And playing first base for the Dock Spiders will be Andrew Bullock, batting fifth. Batting sixth will be the second baseman and one of the best players last night defensively for the Dock Spiders, K.V. Edwards. Colton Neal, the left fielder, will be batting seventh. Batting eighth, the right fielder will be Eric Gilgenbach. And playing third base will be Colin Rideout, and he rounds out the lineup in the 9-hole. Your lineup for the Green Bay Bullfrogs. Batting first, Alonzo Jones. He'll be playing center field tonight for the Frogs. The shortstop, Riley Smith, will be batting second. Batting third, the left fielder out of UC Irvine will be Mikey Falia. The designated hitter and cleanup hitter out of Youngstown State will be Kyle Bino. Batting fifth and playing second base will be Ben Hart out of Oakland University. Batting sixth will be the switch hitter, playing third base, Alex Pinner. Playing right field will be Tanner Poole out of Mississippi State. And playing first base, batting eighth, will be Willie Bourbon. And rounding things out in the 9-hole will be Zach Plunkett, the catcher out of the University of Arkansas. We'll take a look at today's schedule across the Northwoods League. There's some games that are actually already underway, and they got some early starts on this 4th of July day. The St. Cloud Rocks, they clinched their playoff spot today, beating the Duluth Huskies in Duluth 8-1. So a close battle all the way down to the end between the St. Cloud Rocks and, of course, the other team that was all the way up at the top of those standings, the Waterloo Bucks. The Rocks grabbed the North Division first half victory, and they will be playing in the Northwoods League playoffs come the end of the year. The Wilmer Stingers managed a 5-4 victory in North Dakota against the Bismarck Larks. That game went to 11 innings. The Wisconsin Rapids Raptors continued their tear. Despite being swept by this Dock Spiders team, they beat the Rivets last night, and today they win 14-1. That includes a 3-home run day from Wisconsin Rapids Raptors second baseman Christian Jones. The Kenosha Kingfish currently trail the Madison Mallards 2-4. The Rochester Honkers lead the Mankato Moondogs 3-0. We'll give you the rest of the table when we come back. You're listening to the WOCO Sports Stream on the Bullfrogs Radio Network.
At 24/7 Well and Pump Service, we mean just that. Water will be available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Call 920-848-2407 or 920-604-2407, and a licensed professional will come out to your site, whether it is a water system installation, repair, well inspection, or install underground water lines. They'll be there. Call 920-848-2407 or 920-604-2407. We're in the Oconto Falls area Yellow Pages. 24/7 Well and Pump Service, Fireside Road, Oconto Falls.
Do you feel like you're paying too much for your medication? Stop in at Oconto Pharmacy and see our pharmacist, Ron Poom, about our cost minimization program. We can save you some money. The Oconto Pharmacy, our family helping your family.
This is Larry Fitzgerald with Game Day Goal. Tune in to WOCO-FM 107.1 Fridays at 6 p.m. to hear me and Eric Nelson discuss the sports topics of the day.
Hello and welcome back to Herb Baker Field here on the campus of Marian University. My name is Nolan Knight, voice of the Bullfrogs, and welcome again to the pregame show. We're on the back side of this pregame show. We gave you half of the lineups for today. Let's keep going. The Thunder Bay Border Cats are in the top of the second inning with the Eau Claire Express. They're tied up 0-0. The La Crosse Loggers currently are tied up with the Waterloo Bucks. They just got underway. In the bottom of the first, the Wisconsin Woodchucks have a 2-0 lead over the Battle Creek Bombers. The Lakeshore Chinooks are currently trailing the Growlers 0-2 in the bottom of the first inning. Of course, last night the Growlers would be stomped by that Chinooks team 16-1. Gave you your lineups for both teams here. Of course, your starting pitchers for tonight I did not give you. Jordan Bulk will be the starter for the Fond du Lac Dock Spiders, and your starter for the Green Bay Bullfrogs will be Jonathan Pendergast. Pendergast comes into the game 0-3 on the season. However, he is second on the team in strikeouts with 23. Has a 4.46 ERA on the season and has pitched well on the season. His 0-3 record does not at all give you an idea of how good of a pitcher this guy is. Has 23 strikeouts to just 6 walks, has allowed 10 earned runs in 20 1/3 innings. The Bullfrogs, of course, here in Fond du Lac for just the second time ever as the Fond du Lac Dock Spiders in their inaugural season. In fact, are currently on a 3-game winning streak, which oddly enough would be their longest in team history, as you can imagine. Of course, they are currently sitting at 8th place in the South Division. The Bullfrogs in 9th, and the Kalamazoo Growlers are in 10th. We go up the table. I talked about the Dock Spiders are 8th. 7th is the Wisconsin Woodchucks, who currently have a lead over the team they're playing today. That's a team that's really been on fire here of late. In fact, the Dock Spiders hopped the Wisconsin Woodchucks after the Woodchucks lost last night game, so it actually goes South Division top to bottom. Wisconsin Rapids Raptors, who have clinched their playoff spot for the end of the year, the Kenosha Kingfish, the Battle Creek Bombers in third, the Madison Mallards in fourth, the Chinooks in fifth. That's a team that went from the bottom of the South Division to now over 500. The Rockford Rivets, the Dock Spiders, Woodchucks, Bullfrogs, and Growlers. First pitch just went underway. It's a fastball that runs wide, a 1-0 count for Alonzo Jones. The 1-0 pitch to him, another fastball. It's a ground ball over to first. Andrew Bullock makes the play and runs over and beats out Alonzo Jones to the bag for the first out. A well-hit ground ball over towards the first baseman there, Andrew Bullock. Fields it cleanly on the first bounce, and it's a foot race to the bag, and Bullock wins that one. So 1 up, 1 down here. Riley Smith will now dig in, the shortstop out of the University of Minnesota. A recent addition to this squad for the Bullfrogs. Has only played in a few games in a Frogs uniform. His first time in Fond du Lac, was not here the last time these two teams faced off. First pitch he sees, a fastball that runs wide, a 1-0 count. One 1-0 pitch to him. That one finds the upper outside corner, 1-1. Smith steps out and recollects himself and stands back in. Waves the lumber around, the delivery from Bach. The 1-1 breaking ball that finds the inside corner that time. Just barely hitting the strike zone. 1 ball and 2 strikes as fans start to file in and find their seats here on July 4th. Happy Independence Day to all those listening. 1-2 pitch. Fastball swung on. It's a pop-up right back to the pitcher, Bach, and he makes the grab, retires the second batter. An unassisted out at first, and then a pop-up to the pitcher brings us to Mikey Falia, the left fielder. Falia out of UC Irvine stands in, supporting the lime green grip on his bat today. He said he was going to save that for a special occasion. Well, I guess July 4th is a pretty special occasion, so he wraps it around the base of his bat and now stands in. First pitch he sees. Comes inside and hits off of his inside elbow there. It's a breaking ball, so it doesn't have the most speed on it. Falia doesn't wince at it at all, just throws his bat over towards the dugout and jogs over to first. Bullfrogs have their first base runner of the night. That'll bring up Kyle Binio, the designated hitter out of Youngstown State. Batting cleanup tonight for the Bullfrogs. Last night would be the lone Bullfrog that managed a multi-hit day. Would go 2 for 4. He digs in. He's supporting the shin guard on his left leg, but no Evo shield. Wrist tape on and white batting gloves. The delivery from Bach. Swung on. It's a line drive to left field. That's going to drop fair. They're going to send Falia over to third, and they're going to send him home as well. Chris Sabo's waving his arm around. The throw from left field is not in time. Mikey Falia comes across, and it's airmailed way over the head of the catcher, and Kyle Binio moves from second over to third. So it'll be a double for Kyle Binio here in the first frame that scores Mikey Falia. He comes across and emphatically stomps on home plate. They have a 1-0 lead here in Fond du Lac with 2 outs on the board. Last night the Bullfrogs managed, of course, a 1-0 lead in the first frame, and then the Dock Spiders would respond and never look back, winning that contest 6-2, of course. But the Bullfrogs here with some life early. They struggled at the plate all last night. Less than 7 hits last night. 0-1 pitch to Ben Hart, runs low. 1-1. The first pitch he saw, he fouled it away left side. So Binio stands over at third base after his RBI double, and Ben Hart's looking for an RBI of his own. Breaking ball runs way inside. Moves the count to 2-1. Hart steps out and stands back in, supporting the wrist tape and the Franklin batting gloves given to the team. The 2-1 pitch, fastball swung on and fouled back past the press box. 2-2. 2 outs on the board. Runner over at third and Kyle Binio. A nice crowd here on hand, more than the last time when the Bullfrogs came here. Granted, the last time the Bullfrogs traveled out to Fond du Lac, it was at 11:35 in the morning. 2-2 pitch fouled back. Ball boy runs over, scoops it up, and runs on back. And he'll stand back in. It was a rainy day there, too. We were unsure if we were going to get the game in the last time the Bullfrogs came here on a Monday morning. 2-2 pitch, fastball, just runs low. Thought that was strike 3, but it moves it to a full count. Jordan Bach thought so, too. Not Balk. Bulk checks the runner at third and deals in the payoff. Swing and a miss. Gets out of the inning, stranding one over at third. But Kyle Beno manages an RBI double, giving his Bullfrogs a 1-0 lead. That'll do it for the top of the first inning. To the bottom half of the frame we go. You're listening to the WOCO Sports Stream on the Bullfrogs Radio Network. Stay tuned. Hello and welcome back to Herb Baker Field here at the campus of Marian University. Starting pitcher out on the mound for the Bullfrogs is Jonathan Pendergast. The right-handed pitcher out of Pepperdine University will try to continue from his last start. For the Bullfrogs, his last time out, he would have an absolute great day. The pitcher would come in for the Bullfrogs against the Kenosha Kingfish, pitch 7 innings, allow just 2 earned runs, and strike out 10. However, the offense wasn't behind them, and the Bullfrogs would fall 5-3. We're here in the bottom of the second inning. The grounds crew is out there working on the second base bag. For sure what is going on out there. I don't know if it's dislodged or what the problem is. But they're moving around. They're trying to move some dirt. And I think the problem is that it's not going all the way down into the dirt. But your defensive lineup for the Green Bay Bullfrogs, Bourbon at first, Hart at second, Smith at short, Penner at third, Plunkett behind the plate, Falia in left, Jones in center, Poole in right. Zach Plunkett, of course, one of the best defensive catchers in the league. He's thrown down many of runners throughout the season so far. Of course, we're coming into it 35th game for the Bullfrogs, but they had that one rainout, so for everyone else, it's the 36th game. Halfway point right here today. All-Star voting going on now. We'll find out who the All-Stars are here in the Northwoods League here shortly. Pendergast deals in the first pitch to A.J. Lewis, takes a cut at it, and fouls it back just underneath of it. 0-1. Lewis digs back in, awaits the offering from Pendergast. Deals to him, 0-1. That one's in there. He falls behind in the count, 0-2. Lewis, the freshman out of Missouri, would go just 1 for 23 in the spring this past season. 0-2 pitch, swung on, fouled back. Just right back into the dirt there. So over top of that one after being under the first one. Count will stay, no balls and 2 strikes. Lewis stands in, awaiting the offering from Pendergast. The delivery runs high. A 1-2 count now. No outs on the board. Just got underway here at the bottom of the first inning where the Bullfrogs, they have a 1-0 lead. Kyle Beno would put a run on the board in the top half of the inning with an RBI double. 1-2 pitch swung off. That one's fouled into the dirt as well. Count will remain 1-2. Last night, Lewis would go 0 for 3 for the Dock Spiders. Be the only player in the lineup card not to register a hit. Would manage an RBI, however, and a run. So Lewis steps out and stands back in. Dock Spiders in there, all the whites. Dock Spiders etched across the chest. 1-2 pitch, swung on, grounder to Pinner. Throw to first in time. A 5-3 out gets the first out of this bottom of the first inning, and the two-hole hitter, Joe Bro, will dig in. The center fielder out of, as I struggle to find his notes here, McLennan Community College. He's from Tomball, Texas. The sophomore this past season for McLennan would bat .356 with a .614 slug percentage. Had a good year, you could say. First pitch he sees, a fastball that runs wide. A 1-0 count. Broback during the 2016 season would be second on that team in batting average with .393. Another fastball goes by for a ball. Count moves to 2-0. Pendergast takes a deep breath, rocks back, and sends in the 2-0. That one runs high also. And now Pendergast behind in the count. 3 balls to no strikes. Pendergast kicks the leg, sends in the 3-0. That's another fastball that runs low, and it's 4 pitches to Joe Bro and 4 balls. Dock Spiders have their first runner on base, and that will bring up Chris Cornelius, the shortstop. Cornelius steps out of the box, gets the sign from his coach, readjusts his batting gloves, and stands back in. Cornelius out of Missouri as well. He won the starting job this past season as a freshman. He's the shortstop for the Dock Spiders. The first pitch he sees. There's another fastball, but that one finds the outside black. 0-1. Last night, Chris Cornelius would go 1 for 4 in the game with 2 runs and an RBI. Would be walked in the contest as well. Pendergast gives the runner over at first a glance. Takes a breath. Deals in the 1-0. Fastball that runs high, evens the count. 1-1. Pendergast gives another glance over to Joe Bro at first. Comes set. Stares down the batter Cornelius. The fastball is swung on and missed. 1-2 count now. As mentioned, a nice 4th of July day here in Fond du Lac. I don't think you could ask for a better day. Temperatures in the 70s, a nice breeze, not a cloud in the sky. Fans enjoying the weather and the game here. Dock Spiders supporting a 3-game win streak. Throw back to first. Runner in Bro slides back safely. There's a 1-2 count up on the board. There's an out up there also. Mangieri stands on deck, and Bro takes the lead at first. Pendergast gives him a quick glance, and now comes set. He takes a deep breath and sends in the 1-2. It's bounced across the plate, and Joe Bro will scamper over to second base. Runner in scoring position now for the Dock Spiders. As the wild pitch moves the runner over and moves the count even. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Bullfrogs trying to get back to the win column after dropping last night's game. They've lost 7 of their last 10. 2-2 pitch swung on and fouled back. Count will remain 2 balls and 2 strikes. Pendergast comes set at the hip, awaiting the batter to square in. He does and deals in the 2-2 pitch. It's so 1 gone and missed. Second out on the board. first strikeout of the day for Jonathan Pendergast. Luke Mangieri, the designated hitter, will now dig in. The Bullfrogs got a base runner on, and the cleanup hitters brought him in. That was Kyle Bignot, and it was Falia who came across. The Dock Spiders have a runner on, and their cleanup hitter now digs in. The left-handed hitter awaits the offering from Pendergast, who deals to him. Fastball that runs high and wide, 1-0. Mangieri out of Bradley University just finished up his sophomore season, where he was labeled a Missouri Valley Conference designated hitter honorable mention. He would bat .300 this past season. 1-0 pitch to him. Fastball swung on, belting line drive into right. They're going to send in the runner home. The throw from right field is not going to be in time, and sure enough, both of the designated hitters and cleanup hitters bring a run across for their respective teams. It's Luke Mangieri who belts a single out into right and then scores the runner in Joe Bro from second. Ties up the game, 1 run apiece. That'll bring up Andrew Bullock, the first baseman. So it's an RBI single with 2 outs on the board for Luke Mangieri. And now he stands over at first base, gets a big high five from his first base coach over there. And he takes a lead. Andrew Bullock supporting the American flag Under Armour tonight. Gotta love it. Throw back to first. Mangieri back safely. Bullock steps out and readjusts his batting gloves. The white ones today. Oh, I thought it was both arms, but it's just a hitter sleeve on his left. He stands in and awaits. First pitch from Pendergast. Fastball swung on. Hot ground ball right side, foul. Over towards the first base coach there. Count moves, no balls and a strike. Bullock gets the sign over from his coach and stands back in. Pendergast takes a breath, deals in the 0-1. It's a fastball that's way wide. Plunkett's got to hop out of his stance to grab it. 1-1. You look at the stands here on the left side, the grandstands that is, it's hardly any seats available. As well behind home plate, a little more on the right side, but you have to look in the sun over there. 1-1 pitch swung on and missed, 1-2. As the sun sits over, I guess if you're on the field, it would be the third base side, not necessarily in left field, however. You're not staring into the sun like you are at some of the parks here in the Northwoods League. 1-2 pitch, swung on. It's a pump up into left. Foul territory. Running over is Falia on a dead sprint. Can't make the grab. Not sure where he went from my perspective. It looks like there's a fence that goes all the way down that line. I think there's actually a bullpen back there. So Falia runs into the bullpen, exchanging a few words with the pitchers. I'm curious as to what they were talking about. Knowing Falia, it's probably all in good humor. 1-2 count here with 2 outs on the board. Bullock dig back in after fouling that one off. 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Pendergast grabs another K, leaving one stranded over at first. But the Dock Spiders get an RBI single from Mangieri and tie the game up. 1 run apiece, 1 hit apiece. You're listening to the WOCO Sports Stream on the Bullfrogs Radio Network. Stay tuned.
Just like a great coach, State Farm agents Margie Dolan, Oconto, and Paul Huberty and Lena can help you develop a game plan for your insurance needs. Whether it's car, home, life, health, or business, agents Margie Dolan and Paul Huberty can help you find the affordable coverage you need. When your life and goals change, agents Margie Dolan and Paul Huberty will be there to help you adjust your insurance game plan with a free family insurance checkup. So, for all your insurance needs, call on a winner. State Farm agents Margie Doll at 834-5151 and Paul Huberty at 829-5555.
Triangle Distributing is a diversified distributor of high-quality beverages that is focused on providing customer satisfaction, service with well-trained personnel that drives the market through teamwork, goals, and strong relationships.
Hello and welcome back to Herb Baker Field here on the campus of Marian University. My name is Nolan Knight, voice of the Bullfrogs. The Frogs are tied up with the Fond du Lac Dock Spiders here on this 4th of July, 1-1. Due up here in the top of the second inning will be Alex Pinner, the switch hitter out of Scottsdale Community College. The future Mississippi State Bulldog digs in. A lot of families made it out here to Fond du Lac to be with their athletes on this 4th of July. I think the most players all season that used the guest list. First pitch that he sees is swung on and fouled away left side. Breaking ball from the pitcher, Bulk. All sorts of guys did. I mean, it was all the way down the line. Almost had to get 2 pages when I turned it in. 0-1 pitch from Bulk. Fastballs. Breaking ball, rather, finds the outside lower corner. I mean, that thing broke from right across the plate all the way out there. Pinner fooled by it. He goes down in the count, 0-2. Bulk rocks back, sends in the 0-2. That's a breaking ball that's outside. Pinner thought about swinging at that one, but decided not to. The right decision, 1-2. He stands in with an open stance. The 1-2 pitch to him. Another breaking ball. That one nearly found the zone. Bulk impressing me here with his pitches. He's the local guy. He goes to Marian University, so you could say he's pretty familiar with the campus here. The 2-2 pitch. Fastball. That one's in the zone. Umpire rings him up, and Alex Pinner, tongue-in-cheek, turns around and walks back to the dugout. That'll bring up Tanner Poole, the right fielder out of Mississippi State. Poole this past season for the Bulldogs would have 47 starts. Bat .224, 14 RBIs, and 11 stolen bases. Watches the first one go by for a strike, 0-1. So Bulk with 2 straight strikeouts here as he ended the bottom of the first with 1. And that breaking ball finds the lower portion. He's starting to feel it. Bulk not the best pitcher in the bullpen for the Dock Spiders this season. Tanner swings at the 0-2 pitch. It's popped up, foul territory, past the bleachers here. Count will remain no balls and 2 strikes. On the season, Bulk, or Bach rather, as I continue to mess up this name. I was calling him Bach correctly earlier, but I wrote it down on my notes here as Bulk. 0-2 pitch is swung on, a ground ball to third. Long throw to first in time. Bullock makes the stretch. 2 batters retired. A nice play over there by the third baseman, Colin Ridout. It's going to be the longest possible throw for a third baseman to make. And, I mean, by the time that Ridout had got his glove on it, he was nearly in foul territory. Turns and launches one over to first, and it's in time. A nice play by the third baseman. And the 8-hole hitter for the Frogs will dig in now, the first baseman, Willie Bourbon. First pitch he sees, a fastball that runs low, 1-0. Bach on the season. This is his 10th appearance, has pitched 12 and a third inning. His first start. 1-0 pitch misses, 2-0. That was outside. Has allowed 13 earned runs in 12 and a third innings pitched for a 9.48 ERA. 2-0 offering. That's a fastball that runs low, also just missing the lower black. Bourbon ahead in the count now, 3-0. They would go 2 down in the first frame and then manage a run. 3-0 pitch runs wide, and a very similar scenario as the first inning. They have a runner on base with 2 outs on the board. Mikey Falillo would get hit by a pitch in that first inning, and then Binyo would bring him in. We'll see what the catcher, Zach Plunkett, can do now. Plunkett taking his time coming up to the plate, of course. Had the catcher's gear on He thought that it was going to be the end of the inning, and I don't blame him. Jordan Bach pitching well here early, despite struggling this season at times. Has 8 strikeouts to 4 walks on the year, and an 0-1 record. Zach Plunkett, the right-handed hitter out of Arkansas, stands in and awaits the offering. First pitch to him, a fastball that just runs high across the chest, 1-0. Bullfrogs with the Bullfrogs logo right square in the middle of the chest. The only team that doesn't have words etched across the chest in the Northwoods League. They have their alternative uniforms on, as always, on the road. Turning more into the road jerseys than alternatives, I'd say. 1-0 pitch is swung on. Ground ball right back to Bach on the mound. He picks it up, underhand tosses it to first, and the batter's retired. Bullfrogs leave a runner stranded in Willie Bourbon, and that will do it for the second frame. On to the bottom half of it, actually. You're listening to the WOCO Sports Stream on the Bullfrogs Radio Network. Stay tuned.
Attention pizza lovers, have you tried a Brewpub pizza? Designed to be the best of the best pub pizzas ever made, every Brewpub Lots of Matza pizza is made with your favorite premium meats and veggies and topped with over a half pound of award-winning Wisconsin mozzarella cheese. Brewpub Lots of Matza pizzas are made right here in Wisconsin. Brewpub Lots of Matza pizzas are available at your local grocer and tavern. Check Brewpub Pizzas out at facebook.com/brewpubpizza and get more details at brewpubpizza.com. Brewpub Lots of Matza pizzas, official frozen pizza of the Green Bay Bullfrogs.
Tired of running to the bank for every little check? You can save a trip to the bank with the convenience of mobile check deposit from the Stevenson National Bank and Trust. Snapping a picture with our app is as safe as depositing checks at one of our 7 locations. No more rushing to the bank before closing to make those important deposits. Visit snbt.com to enroll for mobile check deposit today. The Stevenson National Bank and Trust, 101 Bray Lake Way in O'Connell. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hello and welcome back to Herb Baker Field here on the campus of Marian University. Bottom of the second and about to get underway. Pendergast out on the bump for the Bullfrogs, already with 2 strikeouts in the inning. Bullfrogs tied up here with the Dock Spiders, 1-1. Both team with 1 hit on the day. 1 run also. Spiders with 1 error, however. It was a throwing error that really didn't have too much effect on the game. Jonathan Pendergast, the right-handed hurler out of Pepperdine's out there dealing for the Bullfrogs. As mentioned, has struck out 2 already, but has given up an earned run. Zach Plunkett behind the plate, tossing the signs today. I've heard murmurs and rumors, of course. I haven't pitched to him, so I'm not sure exactly how good he is, but a lot of guys say that Zach Plunkett calls one of the best games. A great defensive catcher for the Bullfrogs. I mean, he hoses down nearly every base stealer this season. And if he's called safe, I got to be honest with you, there's a lot of times where it really looked like he was out, no doubt about it. KV Edwards, the second baseman, will now dig in. The right-handed hitter launches the first pitch go by, a fastball wide, 1-0. 1-0 pitch, swung on a high pop-up foul, out of play, past the grandstands on the right side, 1-1. So it's a Kyle Benio RBI double in the first that gives the Bullfrogs their 1-0 lead, but the Spiders respond with a run of their own. 1-1 pitch, swung on, and that one's fouled off the end of the bat. Kind of just goes back over towards the backstop. And the count moves to 1 ball and 2 strikes. KV Edwards digs back in. 1-2 pitch, so check swing. Did he go around? No, he did not. It's a breaking ball that runs in the dirt. Zach Plunkett hopped up, ran and got it and made the tag. I mean, it looked like either he was convinced that he came around or he was given his best Academy Award impersonation. 2-2 pitch. Fastball that just runs high. Moves the count full. 3 balls and 2 strikes, no outs on the board. KV Edwards last night would go 1 for 5 for the Dock Spiders with 3 strikeouts. Swings at the payoff pitch and fouls it away right side. And some kids go sprinting for some balls there. On this absolutely beautiful 4th of July day. I mean, what a way to spend your Independence Day out here on the baseball diamonds. Payoff pitch swung on. That one's fouled back right into the backstop. We'll stay at a full count as KV Edwards has fouled off now 5 pitches. Payoff pitch just misses the black. Pendergast can't believe it. I mean, he's smiling and shaking his head out there. He thought that he had that one in for sure. It was close, but just missing the strike zone by inches. And the Dock Spiders lead off this second inning with a walk. That'll bring up Colton Neal, the left fielder. Pendergast deals in the first pitch to Neal. He throws down a bunt, but pops it away. I mean, that one actually went over the backstop netting. Got underneath that one, you could say. And he goes down the count 0-1. First base coach runs over and now whispers the sign into the ear of Neal, as I guess he didn't want him to bunt there. Maybe they got mixed up on the signs. And so third base coach runs back to his spot and Neal digs back in. Left-handed hitter out of Memphis stands in. He just finished up his sophomore season. 0-1 pitch, swung on, fouled back. He falls behind the count, no balls and 2 strikes. KV Edwards over at first walks back to the first base bag. He was walked to lead off this bottom of the second inning. Neal stands in, gives a little check swing, awaiting. Pendergast takes a breath. Sends in the 0-2. Ring him up. Another strikeout for Pendergast. Colton Neal watched that one go by. And it's a backwards K for Pendergast, his third. That'll bring up Eric Gilgenbach, the right fielder. The right fielder last night for the Fond du Lac Dock Spiders would go 1 for 4 with a run. Would strike out once in the contest. He has struggled at times this season on the year, batting just 176. So the righty stands in awaiting. First pitch he sees, fastball across belt level and across the plate, 0-1. Gilgenbach out of Notre Dame from Rochester Hills, Michigan. Same hometown as Ben Hart. Throw back to first. KV Edwards sprints back in time. No tag by Bourbon. No balls and a strike here and outs on the board. Gilgenbach slaps his bat down on the plate and stands in. Calling a right out on deck. 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Gilgenbach falls behind 0-2. Pendergast looking to try to get his first win of the year. As mentioned, 0-3, but he's pitched some great games for the Bullfrogs. His record does not show how good he's been. 0-2 pitch. Runs high, another fastball. Moves the count to 1-2. Gilgenbach did not see the field during this past season. Or rather, during his first year, he would be redshirted. This past year, he played for the Battle Creek Bombers. As the 1-2 pitch goes across for strike 3, another strikeout for Pendergast. Make that 4. 2 outs on the board now as Jonathan Pendergast out there on the bump thinks he should be out of the inning. Of course, thought that ball 4 to KV Edwards found the zone. Gives him a little look and now stands in. Calling a right out, the third baseman awaits. The left-handed hitter waves his lumber around and Pendergast stares him down. Deals in the first pitch to him. It's a fastball that runs high across the neck, 1-0. Colin Rideout on the season for this Fond du Lac Dock Spider team, batting .237. 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss. Evens the count, a ball and a strike apiece. Rideout supporting the Evo Shield wristband on his left arm and batter sleeve on his right. Awaits 1-1. Fastball that runs high and wide across the lettering. 2-1. Rideout gives a check swing and stands in awaiting. Pendergast stares him down, takes a deep breath, deals in the 2-1. That one's runs high and wide. Pendergast peppering every part of the zone, or just outside of the zone, I should say. Low, high, inside, outside. Hitter's count here. The delivery swung on and fouled back, but moves it to a full count now. 3 balls and 2 strikes. 2 outs on the board. KV Edwards is over at first, the second baseman. So the Notre Dame product, as mentioned, played for the Bombers this past season. That was Gilgenbach, who just struck out. Now it's Rideout out of Tennessee Wesleyan University. Runner off from first, but it's ball 4. 2 runners on now here as Pendergast has struck out 2 and walked 2. So back up to the top of the order, it'll be A.J. Lewis, the catcher, who digs in. A.J. Lewis, the freshman out of Chicago, and his struggles this past season for Missouri would go just 1 for 23, but has been a lot better than that here for the Dock Spiders this season, batting .291. During fall ball season with Missouri, he would bat .333. First pitch he sees outside, 1-0. The righty stands in, awaiting the offering from Pendergast. He checks the runner at second, deals in the 1-0, runs way high and inside. Moves the count, 2 balls and no strikes. 2 outs on the board here and 2 runners on, first and second. It's Edwards and Rideout. Pendergast stares him down, takes a breath, sends in the 2-0. There's another ball. High and inside, and Pendergast falls down in the count now. 3-0. Zach Plunkett, the catcher, after watching ball 3 go by, runs out to have a quick meeting with his right-handed hurler out of Pepperdine. Gives him a little talk, pats him on the bottom, and runs back. Crouches below the plate here, throws up 2 fingers. 2 outs, guys. Let's get these guys out. 3-0. Right across the plate. There's a strike for Pendergast. Moves the count to 3 balls, a strike. 2 outs on the board, and runners at first and second. Joe Bro stands on deck. He was walked his last time up. 3-1 pitch. Finds the zone. Lewis thought it was ball 4. He had taken the first step over to first. Kind of cocks his head and then walks back over towards his side of the batter's box. Stands back in, gives a check swing, readjusts his batting helmet, and awaits. Pendergast stares him down, takes a breath, and deals. Runners off, swung on and missed. Jonathan Pendergast leaves 2 runners stranded and grabs another K. That's his 5th strikeout of the day. All 3 outs coming in that second frame from strikeouts. You're listening to the WOCO Sports Stream on the Bullfrogs Radio Network. Stay tuned.
American Lodge and Suites Green Bay West is the ideal location for your next stay, whether you're traveling for business or pleasure. They are proud to provide the amenities you want most and deliver them at the highest level possible, starting with comfortable, quieter guest rooms. Welcome to genuine American hospitality.
Hi folks, this is David from Witt's Piggly Wiggly in Oconto Falls. Are you sick of rising gas prices? Well, at Witt's we have a solution. When you purchase qualified groceries with blue shelf stickers, and there's hundreds throughout our store, you build up discounts for 15 gallons of gas on your club card. Then, when you fill up at our Pig Stop pumps, just scan your card and watch the gas price drop. So scan your card, shop the blue stickers, and save money on gas at the Pig in O'Connell Falls.
Hello and welcome back to Herb Baker Field here on the campus of Marian University. It is still Jordan Bach out on the bump for the Fond du Lac Dock Spiders. Due up for the Bullfrogs will be the 1, 2, 3 hitters, Alonzo Jones, Riley Smith, Mikey Falia. You can follow us on Twitter at GB Bullfrogs and follow us on Instagram as well at GB Bullfrogs. Today's Twitter theme, USA, of course. Every tweet accompanied, I can't say the word, is joined with, how about I'll say that, a GIF that's America themed. Gotta love it, don't you? But Bach so far had a good day. He struck out a couple of Bullfrogs, 2 in fact, and has allowed 1 earned run and just 1 hit. Top of the 3rd inning about to get underway. We're tied up 1-1. You're listening to the WOCO Sports Stream. Bach grabs the glove, and Alonzo Jones is going to come out and dig in. The switch hitter out of Vanderbilt University is batting lefty here against the right-handed pitcher in Bach, who, of course, is the hometown guy, and his home field at Marian University. He plays for Marian, and he's out of Sugar Grove, Illinois, the 6-foot sophomore. Deals in the first pitch. It runs in for a ball, 1-0. Right-handed pitcher rocks back and sends in the 1-0. Fastball swung on, a belting line drive deep in the right. Gilgan Bach has a read, however. Gets underneath of it and grabs the out. It's a well-hit line drive into right field. Gilgan Bach has a read on it the whole time. Kind of jogs out to his right a bit. Raises the glove, staring into the sun, makes the grab. 1 out on the board. That will bring up Riley Smith. Smith, a right-handed hitter out of the University of Minnesota, playing in Fond du Lac for the first time. First pitch he sees, a fastball, and runs inside. A 1-0 count. Smith steps out, readjusts his helmet, and awaits. 1-0 pitch. Swung on, ground ball to short. Scooped up, throw to first. Not in time. Riley Smith makes it an infield single. And I thought that Chris Cornelius at shortstop took a little bit too much time scooping that one up. He scoops it up and kind of does 3 or 4 stutter steps trying to get the ball into his hand. Kind of struggled to make the transfer, and the throw to first not in time. Riley Smith in a dead sprint puts it all on the line, and it pays off. It's an infield single for the shortstop, and it's the first base runner of the inning. Mikey Falia now digs in with an out on the board and a runner at first. He got hit by a pitch his last time up. First pitch he sees, fastball right across Broadway, 0-1. Mikey Falia, the left fielder tonight out of UC Irvine, stands in. The right-handed hitter just finished up his freshman year. Throw back to first. Got him. Mike Ramazzotti can't believe it. The first base coach is in the face of the umpire. You normally don't see coaches really get into the face of guys, but Ramazzotti is irate. He can't believe it. Riley Smith can't either. He takes off the helmet and walks back to the dugout. I didn't have a good look at it. I couldn't tell you exactly if he was safe or not. Of course, I'm all the way up here in the booth. But it's 2 outs on the board now. 0-1 delivery to Falia's swung on and fouled away. 0-2 now. First base umpire J.T. Shaw says they got him. Riley Smith looked like he was a little late getting back. And it's a nice pickoff attempt by Bach. 0-2 pitch, swung on it to pop up into the right. Gilgan Bach's got the read, and he's got the ball in his glove. 3 outs on the board. That ends the top of the 3rd inning. Bullfrogs go down in order 1, 2, 3. You're listening to the WOCO Sports Stream on the Bullfrogs Radio Network. Stay tuned.
Glass and Door is locally owned and family operated and has been since 1960, specializing in commercial glass projects and automotive glass repair. Having grown up right here in Northeast Wisconsin, Tri-City understands your needs and wants to be the residential glass and door professionals you can count on. They're here for your family in all of life stages, from building an addition on your home for your newborn to applying Aquapel to your new driver's car. Additionally, they are locally owned, so there's no hoops to jump through. You can call them or come in at any time to talk directly to one of their glass and door experts.
Just like a great coach, State Farm agents Margie Dahl and Oconto and Paul Huberty and Lena can help you develop a game plan for your insurance needs. Whether it's car, home, life, health, or business, agents Margie Dahl and Paul Huberty can help you find the affordable coverage you need. When your life and goals change, agents Margie Dahl and Paul Huberty will be there to help you adjust your insurance game plan with a free family insurance checkup. So for all your insurance needs, call on a winner. State Farm agents Margie Dahl at 834-5151 and Paul Huberty at 829-5555.
Hello and welcome back to Herb Baker Field here in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. My name's Nolan Knight, voice of the Bullfrogs. Bottom of the third about to get underway. Due up for the Dock Spiders will be the 2-3-4 hitters, Joe Bro, Chris Cornelius, and Luke Mangieri. Joe Bro was walked his last time up. The left-handed hitter stands in. First pitch he sees, fastball runs low across the plate, 1-0. Bro stands in, crouched in open stance. Black batting gloves, 1-0 pitch to him, swung on, a ground ball to Bourbon at first, a nice snag, underhand toss to Pendergast, and he beats out Bro for the first out. Willie Bourbon backtracks on the well-hit ground ball towards him, takes a couple steps back to get the ball in his glove on a bounce, and then probably could have ran over to first and beat out Joe Bro in a foot sprint. But Pendergast was already over there, so underhand tossed it to him and got the first out. New batter Chris Cornelius, the shortstop, will now dig in. His last time up would go down swinging. First pitch he sees, a fastball, and runs low. In fact, bounces off the plate and runs all the way back to the backstop. 1-0. So one down here at top of the third inning. Last night, the Dock Spiders got the 6-2 victory over the Bullfrogs. 1-2 pitch runs high, 1-0. So the Bullfrogs, they've been struggling here recently. Of course, all season, really, they've had their ups and downs. They've managed a couple of winning streaks in a row, but never winning more than 2 in a row. 2-0 pitch, swung on, ground ball left side, base hit. Gets into left field. Alex Pinner, the third baseman, running to his left, can't get his glove on it. And it's his first base hit of the day. Chris Cornelius now stands over at first safely. That'll bring up Luke Mangieri, who got the RBI single his last time up. The designated hitter last night for this Fond du Lac Dock Spider team would go 1 for 5. The right-handed hitter stands in awaiting. First pitch he sees, fastball. It's in there, 0-1. Mangieri supporting the shin guard on his right leg and the Evo shield on his right as well. A lot of wrist tape on as well. Going all the way up halfway his forearm almost. Some of the most I've seen, in fact. A 1 pitch to him. Fastball. Swung on, fouled away. Left side and away. Foul. Well past even the little picnic area that the Dock Spiders have here. Of course, this is a newly renovated stadium to host the Dock Spiders. They are here in their inaugural season. There's a nice picnic party deck. I guess that's their beer garden that sits behind the grandstands here on the left side. 0-2 pitch, swung on. That's a ground ball left side. That finds the gap as well. So a couple of hits strung together here in the bottom of the third inning for the Dock Spiders, and they have 2 base runners on. Mangieri kind of chases that pitch, swings at it, doesn't make great connection. But Alex Penner over at third base can't do anything about it. Gets between the third baseman and the shortstop. I don't think anyone could have been able to put a glove on that one, even if they knew where it was going to go. Just landed it in that perfect spot. Andrew Bullock, the first baseman, now digs in. A fastball goes by, lower inside corner, 0-1. Bullock, his last time up, would go down swinging. Runners at first and second here in the bottom of the third with an out on the board. Bullock slaps his bat down on the plate and waves it around. Pendergast checks the runner at second, sends in the 0-1. That's a base hit in the right. Rounding third is Cornelius, and he's going to come around and score. It's an RBI single for Andrew Bullock, and it's a 2-1 lead for the Dock Spiders. Mangieri is able to move over to second. Bullock now at first, and it's 3 hits in a row for the Dock Spiders with 1 out on the board. That'll bring up K.V. Edwards, the second baseman, who was walked his last time up. Zach Plunkett walks out to the bump to talk with his right-handed hurler in Pendergast. And he's given up 3 hits in a row here. 4 hits on the night. Edwards stands in. Crouch stance enclosed. First pitch he sees, fastball wide. 1-0. K.V. Edwards last night would go 1 for 5 in the 6-2 victory in favor of the Spiders. 1-0 pitch to him. Swung on, it's a pop fly into right. Shallow right, it might drop. No, it doesn't. Ben Hart, the second baseman, tracks back into the outfield grass, gets underneath of it and makes the grab. 2 outs on the board after the pop-up. That'll bring up Colton Neal, the left fielder. He would strike out looking his last time up. Bullfrogs trail the Dock Spiders here in the bottom of the third, 2-1. Neal digs in, the left-handed hitter. Awaits. First pitch to him. Swung on, fouled away left side. Foul. Just behind it. Colton Neal out of Memphis, where this past season he would bat .238. Actually pitched a bit for them as well. Would support a 4.38 ERA. 0-1 pitch to him. Swung on. That one's fouled away left side. Can't catch up to this fastball from Pendergast. He's retired 5 batters tonight in strikeout fashion already. The right-handed pitcher stands in awaiting. Tracks the runner at second and deals in the 0-2. Fastball way right. Snap throw from the catcher. Nearly. Could have been horrible for the Bullfrog, as it's off the glove of Riley Smith into the outfield. But Ben Hart read it all the way. He's able to scoop it up and make sure that nobody goes anywhere. Not a bad throw from Plunkett, but the runner over at second and Mangieri slides back safely. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Make it 3 Ks on the day for Pendergast, or rather 6 Ks on the day for Pendergast. And make it 2 more runners stranded. That'll do it for the third frame. We move to the fourth after this. You're listening to the WOCO Sports Stream on the Bullfrogs Radio Network. Stay tuned.
It's the best time of the year to update your ride. NEW Credit Union's Super Summer Loan Sale. From July 10th to 28th, get super low rates as low as 2.49% annual percentage rate.
To jumpstart the big event, from July 10th to the 16th, you can find your perfect car, truck, or SUV from a selection brought in by trusted local dealers right to our credit union offices in Oconto Falls, Oconto, and Surrey. Compare them side by side, or you can also visit a participating dealer and see their expanded selection.
Call NEW Credit Union for details at 800-924-1250. That's 800-924-1250. Get up to 100% financing during the Super Summer Loan Sale.
Borrower must meet NEW Credit Union membership eligibility and creditworthy requirements. All loans subject to approval. Example of repayment would be a monthly payment of about $17.75 per $1,000 borrowed for 60 months. Federally insured by the NCUA. Super Summer Loan Sale at NEW Credit Union. Get ready to own it!
Hello and welcome back to Green Bay, we're not in Green Bay, are we? We're at Herb Baker Field in Fond du Lac, not too far from Green Bay for that matter, just about an hour and 15-minute drive south. Won't be a late night, or it'll be a late night for the Bullfrogs, but won't be the latest night that we've had this year. It's an easy drive back after the game tonight, and hopefully it'll be a winning night back. Of course, the Bullfrogs dropped game one against the Dock Spiders last night, 6-2, after, of course, sweeping them the first time they played them back in that home-and-home doubleheader. Kyle Bino to lead off this top of the fourth inning for the Bullfrogs, as the Frogs currently trail 2-1. Bino swings at the first pitch he sees, sky-high pop-up behind the plate, and it's off the mitt of A.J. Lewis. Should have been the first out. However, it just pops out of his mitt, almost hitting the top of it as he closes down on it. He can't believe it. So no one count after Bino fouls it away. And A.J. Lewis with a big smile on his face now after debacling that one. But Bino stands in now, rearranges some dirt between his spikes and awaits. 0-1 pitch. Fastball, that's inside for a strike. 0-2, Bino falls behind. Bino, of course, managed that RBI double back in the first inning that would give the Bullfrogs a lead. The Dock Spiders now lead 2-1. 0-2 pitch, swung on, a belted line drive into center. Tracking back is Bro. He makes the grab. One out on the board. A well-hit line drive into dead center. Joe Bro kind of has to jog to his right to make the squeeze, but he makes it look easy out there by the huge American flag on this 4th of July evening. Ben Hart, the Oakland University product, now stands in. He waves his lumber around, pitch to him. Breaking ball inside, 1-0. Hart out of Oakland University. Just finished up his redshirt junior season. 1-0 pitch. Fastball in there, 1-1. Well-pitched ball by Bach there as he's really found a groove here in his first start. Has allowed just 2 hits thus far. The 1-1 pitch. Fastball, swung on, fly ball to center. Tracking back is Joe Bro. Has a read on it and has the second out. It's a fly ball deep into dead center. About 20 feet or so off of the warning track. And it's the second out. Joe Bro with 2 putouts here in this one. Fly ball off the bat of Bino, and now a fly ball off of Hart. Alex Penner, the third baseman, now stands in. First pitch he sees, a big swing and a miss, 0-1. One pitch goes across the plate, in fact bounces across from it, and bounces back to the backstop. 1 ball and 1 strike. 2 outs on the board. The switch hitter out of Scottsdale awaits. 1-1 pitch. Fastball well inside. A 2-1 count now. Penner stands back in. Wrist tape on his left hand. Silver batting gloves. 2-1. Breaking ball, that's in there. Another strike. Moves the count to 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 outs on the board. Penner stands in again. His last time up would go down. 2-2 pitch. Swung on, a belted line drive deep in the right. Tracking back is Gilgenbach, and it's off the warning track and off the wall. Alex Penner rounding first, and he's going to get to second standing up. It's the 3rd hit of the game for the Bullfrogs, and it's a well-hit line drive deep in the right. Gilgenbach awkwardly tracking back, might have been able to make a play on it if he would have been turned the right way. Had turned to look over his right shoulder and realized that that's not the right shoulder to look over, so he looks back the other way, and by the time he's looked back, the ball's hit the warning track, and it's off of the fence. So it's a stand-up double here in the top of the 4th inning with 2 outs on the board, and it's Tanner Poole who will dig in to follow up Penner's liner. Poole, his last time up, would ground out over to the third baseman. He would have a phenomenal day in his debut here at this stadium, when he went 3 for 5 with a triple and 2 doubles in his debut as a Bullfrog. Watches the first one go by low for a ball, a 1-0 count. Penner takes the lead from second. Bach gives him 2 glances and sends in the 1-0. It's a breaking ball. It runs way inside. Penner has to lean away from it. Moves the count to 2 balls and no strikes. The 2-0 delivery. Fastball swung on and missed right across Broadway. Poole liked it, but he was behind it. A 2-1 count here with 2 outs on the board now. Poole slaps his lumber down on the plate and rests it on his shoulder now. Waves it around, and the box deals in the 2-1. Another fastball. Way low in the dirt, 3-1. A.J. Lewis had popped up as if to fake a snap throw to second, but nobody was covering. Hitters count here. Penner takes the lead from second. The delivery runs inside for a strike. Wow, that was close. A breaking ball that just meets the black across the belt. A full count now. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner at second. Bach gives him a look. Deals in the payoff. Runs way low and inside at the feet of Tanner Poole. Flips his bat over towards the dugout and now stands on first base where he receives a high five from Mike Ramazzani. Willie Bourbon will now dig in for the Bullfrogs. The first baseman, his last time up, managed a walk. The 5'10" left-hander out of Northwestern stands in. Bach comes set, deals to him. Breaking ball that runs high and wide, 1-0. He wanted to get out of this last inning. Wanted to get out of the inning here in the last at-bat. You could tell he was frustrated after walking Poole, who takes the lead over at first. The 1-0 pitch just misses the zone, a breaking ball that ran low. So 2 balls and no strikes here after the walk. Alex Penner takes a lead from second after his double. Poole takes a lead at first, and Bourbon waves his bat around. The 2-0 pitch. Another breaking ball, but that one finds the zone. A nice curve from Jordan Bach. We've seen his breaking ball quite the many times here early. A.J. Lewis, the catcher, will hop up and have a quick exchange of words with Bach. Meeting's over, both players going back to their respective spots. A.J. Lewis will crouch behind his, and Jordan Bach will toe the rubber. Willie Bourbon stands in, waving the lumber around. Bach checks the runner at second, gives him another glance. Deals in the 2-1, finds the zone. It's a fastball that just finds the inside black, and it moves the count to deuces wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runners on. Bourbon stands in with the American flag in the background, blowing from right to left. The 2-2 pitch. Swung on. It's a liner right back into the glove of Jordan Bach. Wow. What a play. Allows a double, allows a walk, and then a line drive right back to him. He put his glove down after the pitch, and I think it just went right back into it. I don't even think he moved it. I don't think he meant to even make the catch, but the liner goes right back into his glove. Unreal. That leaves 2 runners stranded here in the top of the 4th inning. To the bottom half of the frame we go. It'll still be Pendergast out on the bump for the Bullfrogs. They trail 2-1. You're listening to the WOCO Sports Stream on the Bullfrogs Radio Network. Stay tuned.
Combine the flavors of Italy with the heart of the Irish, add some Chicago flair, and you've got Gallagher's Pizza. For the best Chicago-style pizza north of the Illinois border, Gallagher's Pizza is your destination. Call now for delivery or pickup in Green Bay and De Pere. Gallagher's Pizza, home of the best lunch buffet in town.
Visiting teams and combinations are brought to you by American Inn Lodge and Suites, Green Bay West. For toll-free reservations, contact 800-634-3444. American Inn Lodge and Suites, Green Bay West. Welcome to genuine American Inn hospitality.
If you don't know everything about insurance, you'll profit from the knowledge and experience at the Oconto Falls Insurance Center, 113 North Main Street, downtown Oconto Falls. You'll benefit from their thorough analysis of the insurance that you really need. They'll recommend the companies and policies that are the best for you. At the Oconto Falls Insurance Center, they specialize in complete coverage of all your insurance needs. Call the Oconto Falls Insurance Center, 113 North Main Street, downtown Oconto Falls.
Hello and welcome back on this absolutely gorgeous July 4th day. Bottom of the fourth inning about to get underway. We are here at Herb Baker Field on the campus of Marian University. First pitch that the new batter Gilgenbach sees runs low and inside for a strike, 0-1. Pendergast still out on the bump for the Bullfrogs. The right-handed pitcher out of Pepperdine. 0-1 pitch, check swing, doesn't matter, found the inside corner. 0-2 count, no outs on the board. Pendergast comes set, rocks back, sends in the 0-2. Delivery, that's low. Plunkett has to drop to his knees to stop it. Count moves to 1-2. Pendergast, as just mentioned, out of Pepperdine University, where this past season he would support a 4.34 ERA. The 1-2 pitch is swung on. It's a fly ball into center. Alonzo Jones runs all around out there in the outfield before finally getting underneath of it and making the play. We've talked about it. Alonzo Jones, he's a second baseman that's making a transition into center. And so from time to time, it's kind of confusing just to watch him run around out there. For example, that time he sprinted straight back, then sprinted to his right, then sprinted to his left, and then finally got underneath the ball and made the play. First batter after the fly out stands in, throws down a bump, but fouls it back. It's Colin Rideout, the third baseman, who tries to throw it down, but now he stands back in. The left-handed hitter was walked his last time up. Rideout takes a cut at the 0-1 and misses behind it. Falling down to a knee, trying to swing at that one, chased it. 0-2 count here with an out on the board. The lefty out of Tennessee, Wesleyan, stands in and awaits. The 0-2 pitch to him, fastball just misses. That one around the shins and outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes now. Rideout waves the lumber around, the offering to him. Swing and a miss. It's another K for Pendergast, and Zach Plunkett lost track of how many outs were on the board. I mean, he was all the way out into the dugout. I can't wait to hear his excuse for that one. I talked about how he's normally the best defensive catcher for the Bullfrogs. He's so good he thinks he only needs 2 outs on the board to end the inning. He's now behind home plate, and A.J. Lewis digs in. First pitch that comes across is a strike, 0-1. That is ridiculous. I mean, granted, it's a nice strikeout for his pitcher in Pendergast, but it's only the second out, Zach. 0-1 pitch finds the zone as well. Maybe Plunkett was given his best example of some psychic material. Maybe he knows that the inning's about to be over. The 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss. He did. It's another strikeout for Jonathan Pendergast. He is dealing out on the mound for the Bullfrogs, make it 8 Ks on the day. You're listening to the WOCO Sports Stream on the Bullfrogs Radio Network. Stay tuned. Bullfrogs trail 2-1. It's only got 7.
60 years, Triangle Distributing has maintained itself as a leader in the market as it has responded to the changes in product innovation and consumer demands. It is in this commitment to employees, customers, community, and supplier partners that has enabled them to remain one of the best and most respected distributors in our state.
just like a great coach.
State Farm agents Margie Dahl, Oconto, and Paul Huberty and Lena
Can help you develop a game plan for your insurance needs, whether it's car, home, life, health, or business.
Agents Margie Dahl and Paul Huberty
Can help you find the affordable coverage you need. When your life and goals change,
Agents Margie Dahl and Paul Huberty
we'll be there to help you adjust your insurance game plan with a free family insurance checkup. So for all your insurance needs, call on a winner.
State Farm agents Margie Dahl at 834-5151 and Paul Huberty at 829-5555.
Hello and welcome back to Herb Baker Field. Top of the fifth inning about to get underway. Pendergast is having a day. Let's count them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 strikeouts on the day. 2, 4, 6. No, I was right. There are 8 strikeouts on the day for Pendergast. I thought I had spoken too soon. But he has 8 strikeouts on the day in 4 innings pitched. Has allowed 4 hits and 2 earned runs, however. New pitcher out on the bump for the Fond du Lac Dock Spiders. It's number 17, Kay Gunner. What a name for a pitcher. The right-handed pitcher out of Illinois Springfield. Grew up in Arlington Heights, Illinois. The 21-year-old just finished up his redshirt sophomore season. 6'3", 202 is his frame. And it's Gunner K, excuse me. As I read the last names appear first on this roster. But K. Gunner, that sounds like a name, but Gunner K sounds like a better name to me. So Gunner K looks to gun out some Bullfrogs here. The first one he's going to have to face is Zach Plunkett. Plunkett, the right-handed hitter out of the University of Arkansas, digs in. Plunkett, of course, is the catcher who ran over towards the dugout with 2 outs on the board, now digs in. Swings at the first pitch he sees, and Edwards scoops out that one from the dirt. It's a ground ball to the second baseman. Looks like it's going to be trouble for him, and it's one of those hot shot ground balls that you don't really know how high it's going to bounce, but Edwards had a nice read on it. Was down on his knees when he scooped up his glove and made the snag for the first down. Alonzo Jones, the switch hitter batting lefty here against the righty K, digs in now. Gunner K rocks back, sends him a fastball right across Broadway and right across the strike zone, 0-1. Alonzo Jones, of course, the center fielder for the Bullfrogs, as I've mentioned, making that transition. 0-1 pitch, runs wide, 1-1. And it's interesting to see. We saw him in his second game in a Bullfrogs uniform have a couple of errors out there. However, he's really developed into the role already. 1-1 pitch, swung on, fly ball, foul territory, left side, drops. 1-2. Third baseman, left fielder, and second baseman, or rather shortstop, all running over there. Nobody can get to it, however. And Alonzo Jones gives out a big sigh of relief and now digs back in. Gunner K waiting for his position players to get back into position after they went for about a half-mile run on that one to try to get underneath of it. 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss. It's a strikeout, the first of the day for K. So K grabs his first K, and Riley Smith, the shortstop, now digs in. Smith is 1 for 2 on the day, would manage that infield single in the third. Would be picked off, however. And so with 2 outs on the board, he digs in. The right-handed hitter out of the University of Minnesota would hit just 143 this past season. First pitch he sees goes by for a strike, 0-1. But back during his freshman campaign, had a great year. Would bat 300 and would make the Big Ten all-freshman team. 0-1 pitch, fastball, swung on, line drive, foul. Drops over towards that bouncy house out there, just past the right field fence out there. And there's some picnic tables out over there as well. It's where the players had their pregame meal. And Riley Smith gives a couple of check swings, readjusts his batting gloves, gets the sign from his coach, and digs back in. An 0-2 count with 2 outs on the board. Kay sends in the 0-2. Fastball swung on and fouled off. Oh, no, it was not. Riley Smith chased it so much that it bounced right off of home plate. Bounced up in the air. The catcher grabbed it and applied the tag. Smith had missed everything. And that will do it for the top of the 5th inning. On to the bottom half we go. You're listening to the WOCO Sports Stream on the Bullfrogs Radio Network. Bullfrogs trail 2-1.
Is the frozen pizza that you're eating at home tired and worn out? It just doesn't have its stuff anymore. Its toppings are low and inside while the cheese is chin music. The time has come, friends, to make the switch. Make the call to the Brew Pub Bullpen. Bring in the relief and get the win with Brew Pub Lots of Matza Pizzas. Made with premium toppings, then smothered in over half a pound of fresh 100% Wisconsin-made mozzarella cheese, Brew Pub Lots of Matza Pizzas are the ingredients for a great time. Find us online at brewpubpizza.com, on Facebook at Brew Pub Pizza, or follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Brew Pub Pizza. Brew Pub Lots of Matza Pizza, the ingredients for a great time.
Did you know that we here at the O'Connell Pharmacy would mail your prescriptions to you? At the O'Connell Pharmacy, we would like to make things easy for you. The O'Connell Pharmacy, our family helping your family.
Hello and welcome back to Herb Baker Field here on the campus of Marian University. Bottom of the 5th inning about to get underway, and Joe Bro is about to dig in. The left-handed hitter so far on the day for the Fond du Lac Dock Spiders is 0 for 1 with a walk. Would be walked back in that first inning and would come around to score for the Dock Spiders. Tying it up, they have a 2-1 lead. First pitch that Bro sees, a fastball that finds the outside black belt level, 0-1. Bro stands in, crouched open stance, 0-1 pitch to him, misses wide. Moves the count to a ball and a strike. Pendergast comes set, rocks back, sends in the 1-1. Swung on, popped up, foul, out of play, into the stand. Someone's got a souvenir. Moves the count to 1-2. Joe Bro out of McLennan Community College. We've seen that name multiple times throughout the Northwoods League here. There's a lot of different guys from the school. Of course, a JUCO powerhouse. 1-2 pitch. Swung on, line drive up the middle of the field. Base hit. That'll be the 5th hit of the day for the Fond du Lac Dock Spiders. And Joe Bro has his first hit of the day as well. He's now 1 for 2. That'll bring up Chris Cornelius. Cornelius 1 for 2 on the day, would get a base hit and come around to score in the 3rd inning, but would strike out back in the 1st. Cornelius out of Missouri just finished up his freshman year, where he would have a great freshman year as well for the Tigers. First pitch he throws, fastball wide, 1-0. Back in high school was a perfect game, honorable mention All-American winner, where he holds just about every record for his high school. 1-1 pitch to him, runs high, 2-0 count. The St. Louis, Missouri right-hander stands about 6 foot. Stands in supporting the blue batting gloves with a huge Nike check across them. Stands in, waves the lumber around. Pendergast deals him the 2-0. That one misses, however. He falls behind in the count, 3 balls and no strikes. Pendergast would throw 2 strikeouts this past inning. Pendergast stares down Cornelius, sends him the 3-0, and it's high for ball 4. Another walk that Pendergast has given up, as he seems to sometimes forget that he needs to throw to the strike zone. And every single time Zach Plunkett has gone out and had a quick word with him, he kind of gets right back into it. And so Pendergast runs over to him, has some words with him, and then runs back. Shows some signs to his infielders, and now crouches back behind home plate. Alex Pinner, the third baseman, playing just off of the infield grass. Every other infielder at normal depth. Runners take their lead. The delivery into the new batter. Mangieri watches it run inside for a ball. Now 5 straight balls thrown from Pendergast. Mangieri on the day, 2 for 2 with an RBI. Left-handed hitter awaits the offering from the right-handed pitcher, Pendergast. 1-0 pitch, check swing, it was low, 6 straight balls now. Zach Plunkett runs out to the mound for another quick meeting with his righty out of Pepperdine. Gives him a pat on the back and now runs back and will crouch behind home plate. Bullfrogs will travel to Wisconsin Rapids Raptors tomorrow to start off the new season. Of course, it's the second half of the season, that is. 2-0 pitch. Runs wide, 7 straight balls now from Pendergast. Threatening to load the bases now. On deck would be Andrew Bullock, who's 1 for 2 on the day with an RBI. If you're not familiar with the Northwoods League and what I mean by second half, well, he split it right in 2. You get 2 different records. 3-0 pitch. Runs inside for a strike. There's a strike for Pendy. 3-1 count now with no outs on the board. So essentially, as you can imagine, especially with how the Bullfrogs roster has gone, the team's rosters at the beginning of the year and the team roster at the end of the year is just not similar. They're not even similar ball clubs, it seems like, at times. 3-1 pitch finds the outside black. Mangieri was ready to walk over to first base. In fact, the past 2 pitchers he was ready to. The first one just finding the inside black, that one just finding the outside black. The Dockspiders are currently in good position with runners at first and second and no outs on the board. A full count now. Pendergast holds the ball behind his right hip and comes set. Deals in the payoff. Swung on, fouled back. Count remains 3 balls and 2 strikes. So what it essentially does is it rewards the winner of the first half with a clinched playoff spot. And then what it also does is if you win the second half, you clinch a playoff spot. And then the next 2 teams with the best overall records, that's first and second half, get invited to the playoffs. Payoff pitch. Runs high and wide. There's ball 4. Pendergast had started to fight back after going down 3-0. However, that one runs wide, and it loads the bags. Darren Kelly will run out and scream at their bullpen that for someone to start warming up. And pitching coach Chris Marston is going to come out and have a word with his right-handed pitcher and Jonathan Pendergast real fast. Bases are loaded with Mangieri over at first. Runner stands at second. And a runner stands at third. Andrew Bullock, the first baseman, will dig in. Bullock got an RBI single his last time up. He gets a base hit here. He could have 2 more. So far on the season, Bullock comes into the game supporting a batting average of just .247. The RBI he just managed was his 20th of the year, which leads the team. The lefty awaits. The delivery to him. Swing and a miss. Fastball inside, 0-1. Bullock steps out, readjusts his batting gloves, and stands back in. Pendergast comes set, deals in the 0-1. Check swing, came around, strike 2. Bullock steps out, readjusts his helmet, readjusts his gloves, and stands back in. A 1-2 count here with no outs on the board. Runners at first, second, and third. The 1-2 swung on, just fouled off the end of the bat. Pendergast in a jam here. A strikeout would be the best case scenario. It would be his 9th if he can manage it. Bullock comes set, waves his bat around, looking for some more RBIs. The 1-2 just inside at the knees. Evens the count, 2-2. Pendergast in a bind here. You can tell he's feeling it. Looks out into the outfield, takes a deep breath, gives a glance at the ball, and puts it behind his hip. Bullock calls time and steps out. Doc Spiders fans here getting live. Bottom of the 5th inning, they lead 2-1. Pendergast stares him down and deals in the 2-2. Fastball swung on, popped up, foul. Past the backstop here on the left side. Some fans will grab another souvenir. Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Pendy's maneuvering the ball around in his fingers behind his back. Now comes set and deals in the 2-2. Fastball runs high. Bullock thought about swinging at it, but it moves the count to full. Huge chance here for the Doc Spiders with no outs on the board. Full count. Pendy deals. Runs wide and it walks in a run. Pendergast can't believe it. He's frustrated. He let that one come by, and Chris Sabo will pull him. Gives a point over towards the bullpen, and it will be a new pitcher coming out here. The Doc Spiders take a 3-1 lead after Pendergast walked in a run. He had a great 4 innings for the Bullfrogs. He struck out 8 and allowed 2 runs. However, his night comes to a close here in the bottom of the 5th inning. 1 run has come across, and it comes off of Andrew Bullock's base on balls. His 21st RBI of the year. Pendergast has walked 3 runners in a row, and that's why he is no longer out on the bump. There's a new pitcher. It will be Brett Falk. Stay tuned for the pitching change. You're listening to the WOCO Sports Stream on the Bullfrogs Radio Network.
Okay, here are 3 important reasons why your son or daughter should play a sport in high school.
Number 1.
High school sports teach valuable life lessons like self-discipline and time management skills.
2.
Teens who play a high school sport have better grade point averages.
And number 3.
High school sports are safer than ever before.
This message presented by the Wisconsin Interscholastic Athletic Association and the Wisconsin Athletic Directors Association.
Hello and welcome back to Baker Field on this gorgeous July 4th night. A nice sunset starting to form out past left field. Fans jumping up and down and sliding around to the cha-cha slide. As you would, of course, at a baseball game. New pitcher out on the mound. It'll be Brett Falk out of Lenore Ryan. Falk, of course, the sophomore out of Lenore Ryan. He's from North Carolina through and through. Of course, Hickory, North Carolina is where Lenore Ryan's from. He's from East Bend, however. That's where he grew up. This past season would have an 8.22 ERA in 7 2/3 innings pitched. He'd allowed 7 earned runs. First pitch he throws is a ball outside. The batter then has dug in is KV Edwards. And the second baseman looking to break this game open for the Doc Spiders as they lead 3-1 with the bases loaded. 1-0 pitch to him. Fastball runs low. 2-0 count now. Brent Falk out on the bump for the Bullfrogs. Gets the nod after Pendergast walked 3 straight and walked in a run as well. 2-0 pinch, swung on, fouled away left side over towards the picnic table. 2-1 count now with no outs on the board. Brent Falk on the season comes into the game supporting a 7.65 ERA. 2-1 pitch, breaking ball, that's in there. Moves the count even. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Bullock at first, Mangieri at second, Collins at third. Chris Collins looking to come around for the second time in this game. The 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball, swung on, a high fly ball on the left. Tracking to his left is Falia, and it's off of the wall. Chris Cornelius will come around and score. Mangieri will as well, and it's a 2 RBI double for K.V. Edwards. Gives a little dance to his dugout, and they love it. And with no outs on the board, the Bullfrogs go down 5-1. It's a 3-run bottom of the 5th inning here. And the Doc Spiners aren't done. There's no outs on the board, and it will bring up Colton Neal, the left fielder. Neal is 0 for 2 on the night with 2 strikeouts. It's a well-hit fly ball into left, nearly promising. You thought about maybe it might even get out of the stadium at first. A swing and a miss from Neal off the fastball moves the count to 0-1. So Brent Falk can't get the Bullfrogs out of the bind, but that's a tough situation to put your righty into. That one swung on, found away left side, just past the third base bag. 0-2 now. Colton Neal walks back, readjusting his batting gloves. Grabs some pine tar and now stands in, supporting the royal and white batting gloves. Of course, those Franklin ones given out to each and every team. These ones in Fond du Lac colors. Time is called, and Neal will step out and stand back in now. Draws the X across the plate with his bat and awaits. Brent Falk stares him down. Deals him the 0-2. Swung on, that's a line driving to right. That might drop fair, but does not. It's about 2 or 3 feet off of that right field line. Out there, Tanner Poole scoops it up and throws it into the bullpen of the Bullfrogs and runs back to his spot. K.B. Edwards had managed to get all the way over to third. He jogs back over towards the second base bag. Neal stands back in, down in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Brent Falk deals him the 0-2, runs high, 1-2. Falk's family's here tonight. They're one of the folks that have come across. Looks like his sister or parents, possibly girlfriend, all sorts of folks down here to see Brent Falk play tonight. Gets the nod here for relief, but allowed a double to lead off his first batter faced. So his earned run would be standing over at second. 1-2 pitch, swung on, ground ball back up the middle of the field, and that's a base hit for Neal. Rounding third is Edwards. The throw to plate, not in time. Throw to second will be in time. Colton Neal got caught trying to snag an extra base, but he'll sure will be happy as he managed a 2 RBI single for the Doc Spiders and give them a 7-1 lead. The Doc Spiders putting it on the Bullfrogs here on July 4th. It's Andrew Bullock and K.V. Edwards that come across to score for the Doc Spiders. And it's Colton Neal who gets it done. So it's 2 RBI base hits in a row for the Doc Spiders. And Eric Gilgenbach now digs in, the right fielder. First pitch he sees goes by for a strike. The 0-1 runs high, however, across the lettering, 1-1. Gilgenbach 0 for 2 on the day. Swings at the 1-1 pitch and misses, 1-2. Would fly out to center his last time up. and strike out looking back in the second. Stands in, awaiting the offering from Falk, who delivers the 1-2 pitch. It runs wide, however, and brings the count even. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 5 runs have come across here in the 5th inning for the Dock Spiders. 2-2 pitch, runs low, full count now. 3 balls and 2 strikes. They're not done either. Just 1 out on the board, and in all honesty, that shouldn't even be there, as Colton Neal had scrambled from first to try to get over to second, while the throw came home to the plate to try to get Edwards out, who scored from second. So Edwards would take off, but Plunkett saw him the whole way, threw it down to second, managing the out. Payoff pitch, swung on. It's a fly ball into left. At the wall is Falia, and he makes the grab on the warning track. Fans here holding their breath. They thought that one was over the wall. They were ready to explode because the Dock Spiders have exploded. It comes here in the bottom of the 5th inning where they've scored 5 runs. However, Folk has retired the past 2 batters he sees, and right out now digs in. The left-handed hitter watches the first one go by inside for a ball, 1-0. Or I should say, he really retired the last batter he saw with the fly out to left. But Colton Neal would get caught trying to make a single a double, and that's how that happened. 1-0 pitch, swung on, ground ball to Hart, throw to first in time. Bourbon makes the stretch, and it gets the Frogs out of the inning. The Bullfrogs now trail the Dock Spiders 7-1. It's a 5-run bottom of the 5th inning, and it comes off of multiple RBIs from Bullock, Edwards, and Neal. Stay tuned as we come back with the 6th inning. You're listening to the WOCO Sports Stream on the Bullfrogs Radio Network.
Honey, get the camera. Riley's rolling again.
That dog always gets excited up here at the cabin.
Riley loves the woods, don't you, Riley? Roll, Riley, roll. You getting this?
I'm getting it all. It's fabulous. But we can't upload it until we get home.
Right, no data connection up here.
Challenge.
Coach McCarthy?
Mason Crosby.
Switch to Cellcom, guys. Our coverage is great, whether you're out here or anywhere coast to coast.
Yeah, Riley's fans don't want to wait.
Now Riley's really on a roll.
At Cellcom, we've got you covered out in the country and all across the country. Cellcom, built for you.
Very athletic. I think we can use him on special teams.
But not the kick, right?
We'll see.
It's Cellcom's Customer Appreciation Celebrations. Get smartphones from the top 2 brands for just a penny each, along with food prizes and sales on accessories. Cellcom, built for you. Available day of event only. New 2-year activation qualified upgrade required. Restrictions apply. Visit cellcom.com/celebrate for details.
And have come all the way across for a race. It's one of the best in-between items that I've seen all year. I don't even know, games are rather in between inning games. They, those little, it's almost like go-karts, I guess you could say. But you think back to, of course, like the little cars that you have for your children and whatnot along the way. Anyway, there's oversized ones, and fans just drove them around the field, and one of them beat the other one by a lot. Fun to watch. Nonetheless, Falia digs in and watches a fastball run high and wide. It's still Gunner K out on the mound for the Dock Spiders. We're here in the top of the 6th inning. 1-0 pitch, runs wide. 2-0 count. Two-0 count. Swung on, fouled back into the backstop. 2 balls and a strike, no outs on the board. Mikey Falia readjusts his batting gloves and stands back in. Falia on the day has had an all right one. Slaps at that one. It's a little blooper in the right field, but it's a base hit. The fourth hit of the day for the Bullfrogs as Mikey Falia now is 1 for 2 on the day after getting hit by a pitch back in the first inning when he would come around and score. Mikey Falia adds a base hit to it, and the Bullfrogs manage a runner here with no outs on the board. They're going to need some big innings to get back into this one. And Kyle Bino, the right-handed hitter out of Youngstown State, digs in. He's got a RBI double that came back in the first frame. First pitch he sees, swung on, ground ball left side, that finds the gap. Another base hit for the Bullfrogs. They string two together here, and this is what they're going to need if they want to get back into it. Kyle Bino with his second hit of the day stands over at first, and Mikey Falia moves over to second. Bullfrogs trail here 7-1 on this Independence Day. As mentioned, it's lights on now as the sun has started to set. Saw a firework all the way out into right field during the break as well, and fans enjoying the weather here, enjoying the game, and enjoying a lead for the Dock Spiders as we are here at Herb Baker Field. First pitch, Ben Hart sees, runs inside. It's a breaking ball. It's off the inside shoulder of Hart. He took it, doesn't look too frazzled by it, and throws his bat over towards the dugout. And just like that, the base is loaded with no outs on the board. 5-run inning came away for the Dock Spiders. We'll see if the Bullfrogs can manage some runs here. Alex Penner digs in, the switch hitter out of Scottsdale Community College. Batting lefty against the righty K, digs in. Alex Penner on the day has a double and a strikeout. First pitch he sees, fastball swung on, a slow grounder. However, no, it was foul off of the bat instead. Excuse me. Alex Penner, I think, swung at it, and I think it fouled off of the dirt and came back and hit him. He's walking around. He's readjusting his shin guard now, and he picks up his lumbar. Not sure where it got him, but he's definitely in some pain. He's going to stay in, however. Digs in now. Emphatically waves his lumbar around, and the runners take their leads at first, second, and third. 0-1 pitch to him. Runs low, and it gets away from the catcher, Lewis. And all the runners are going to be caught between the bags here. I'm really confused what's going on. Throw to third's not in time. Throw to first, not in time either. Did everyone get back safely? I think they did. I'll try to describe what just happened. I'm sorry for just giving up on the play there. But the throw to the plate gets away from A.J. Lewis. Mikey Falia at third starts to take off, realizes he's not going to get back in time, so stops in his tracks and runs back. Tanner Poole was already at third, or rather Kyle Bino, so he runs back to second. Ben Hart was at second, so he runs back to first. The throw to third is not in time. Falia got back. Throw to second was not in time. Bino got back. And then throw to third was not in, or first rather, not in time. Hart gets back. Wow. I have not seen that this season. Penner stands in now. It's a 2-1 count to him. Swing and a miss. Moves the count to 2 balls and 2 strikes. So what was near disaster for the Bullfrogs, nothing comes of it. Everyone gets back safely. It should have been an easy, possible even double play, but Falia manages to get back safely over at third. 2-2 pitch, finds the zone, a backwards K. The second time Alex Penner has gone down looking tonight. He walks back with his head down over towards the dugout, and Tanner Poole will dig in. Tanner Poole, the right fielder, now digs in. Poole on the day is 0 for 1, was walked his last time up. Gunnar K trying to get out of the bind. First pitch he throws. A fastball that misses wide, just missing the black. 1 ball and no strikes. 1 out on the board after the backwards K. Willie Bourbon stands on deck for the Bullfrogs. 1-0 pitch. Runs way wide. Lewis gets the mid on it, however. Moves the count to 2-0. Ben Hart's over at first. He got on off of the hit by pitch. Bino's at second. He managed a base hit, and Falia's at third. He managed a base hit as well. The 2-0 offering to Poole. Fastball right across Broadway. Moves the count to 2 balls, a strike and an out. Bullfrogs trail the Dock Spiders here 7-1. Poole stands in, waving the lumber around. The delivery to him. Swing and a miss. Fouled down into the dirt. 2 balls and 2 strikes. A.J. Lewis picks it up and throws it back to his pitcher. There's just 1 out on the board, and the Bullfrogs are going to need a big inning to try to stay in this ball game. Poole stands in, awaiting. The righty and K comes set. Deals in the 2-2. Swung on. It's a pop-up in the shallow left field. Tracking back is the shortstop. He makes the grab, and it's so shallow, in fact, that nobody can move a base. Falia thought about tagging up and going, but elects not to. So it's a pop-up to the shortstop that grabs the second out, and Willie Bourbon now digs in. Willie Bourbon, the left-handed hitter out of Northwestern, digs in. On the day, Bourbon 0 for 1 with a walk. He stands in, awaiting the offering. The fastball comes across inside. A.J. Lewis does a solid job of stopping that one. A 1-0 count now. K deals in the 1-0. Swung on, popped up in the infield, and wow, Dunner K gets out of it. The third baseman, Colin Rideout, gets underneath of it and makes the grab. And after the Bullfrogs manage to get the bases loaded, they go down in order after that. It's a strikeout and 2 pop-ups that leave 3 runners on for the Bullfrogs. We're moving to the bottom of the 6th inning after this. You're listening to the WOCO Sports Stream on the Bullfrogs Radio Network. Stay tuned.
When you're looking for the perfect game for your appetite, look no further than Brew Pub Lots of Matzo Pizzas. Made with premium meats and veggies, then topped with over half a pound of 100% fresh, real mozzarella cheese made right here in Wisconsin, every Brew Pub Lots of Matzo Pizza is a home run. Made with the hungry in mind, Brew Pub pizzas are big, bold, and belong in the big leagues of the frozen pizza industry. Enjoy a delicious piece of Brew Pub Lots of Matzo Pizza right now from the concession stand, or pick one up at your local favorite grocery store. Brew Pub Lots of Matzo Pizzas, the ingredients for a great time.
They are role models and educators. Their work requires a great deal of time and energy for very little pay. Who are these unsung heroes?
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
The simple truth about education-based athletics in Wisconsin is this. Without a committed team of coaches and administrators, it just wouldn't be possible. School sports, they bring out the best in all of us. This message presented by the Wisconsin Interscholastic Athletic Association and the Wisconsin Athletic Directors Association.
Hello and welcome back to Green Bay, Wisconsin. We're not in Green Bay. That's the second time I've done that tonight. We're at Herb Baker Field here on the campus of Marian University, home of the Fond du Lac Dock Spiders. The Bullfrogs currently trail the Fond du Lac Dock Spiders 7-1. A.J. Lewis, the catcher, digs in. He's 0 for 3 on the night, went 0 for last night as well. Brett Falk sends him the first pitch of the bottom of the 6th, and it's a ball outside in the dirt, 1-0. Falk rocks back, sends in the 1-0. Just misses outside, inches from finding the outside black. 2-0 count here. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning. Frogs trail 7-1. 2-0 offering. Swing and a miss. Moves the count to 2-1. A nice fastball from Brett Falk. A.J. Lewis, the catcher today for the Dock Spiders out of Chicago, Illinois. His parents are here tonight. He stands in, waves his bat. The 2-1 pitch. Fastball. Just misses the zone. That one just outside. Moves the count to a hitter's count, 3 balls and a strike here. Brad Falk, the right-handed pitcher out of Lenore Ryan, out on the bump tonight for the Bullfrogs. Lenore Ryan out of Hickory, North Carolina. Pretty good baseball school, in fact. 3-1 pitch, fastball, swung on, fouled away. 3-2 count now, full count. In fact, this past season, they had a couple guys that were actually drafted in the amateur MLB draft. In fact, of course, it was home to Marcus Shoemaker, brother of Zach Shoemaker, who played for the Bullfrogs last season. 3-2 pitch, runs low in the dirt, ball 4. A.J. Lewis gets on base for the first time tonight. And it will bring up Joe Bro, who led off the 5-run inning for the Dock Spiders in the 5th with a base hit. He would come around to score. First pitch that Colton, or rather Joe Bro sees, goes way outside for a ball, a 1-0 count. Brad Falk, the righty, gives the look over to Lewis. Nods his head and deals. 1-0 pitch, swung on and fouled back. Evens the count, a ball and a strike. It's a nice view here in Fond du Lac, I have to admit. There's almost like a mountain out in the background. Of course, it's just a really big hill, but it goes all the way across the right field side. 1-1 pitch into Bro, swung on, fouled away, left side, just behind it. A 1-2 count now with no outs on the board. A little neighborhood out on the left side. Some soccer fields out there. 1-2 pitch, runs inside for a ball, 2-2 count. Actually not an outfield wall here. It's just a fencing that has that mesh cloth over top of it. Kind of that you would see on a construction site. 2-2 pitch into Bro, swung on and missed. There's a strikeout for Brad Falk, much needed. The righty out of Lenore Ryan kind of starting to lose some confidence after allowing some runs to come across in the 5th. So gets a K there, and the victim is Joe Bro. And it will be Chris Cornelius who digs in. Cornelius is 1 for 2 on the day with 2 runs and a walk. Was walked and came around to score in the last inning. He stands in, awaiting the offering from Brad Falk. He stares him down, nods his head, and delivers fastball wide, 1-0. Chris Cornelius on the season, batting .295. The second baseman has 26 hits on the year, 10 RBIs in.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in Wisconsin. This is sportsmanship. School sports. It's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the Wisconsin Interscholastic Athletic Association and the Wisconsin Athletic Directors Association.
Sorry about the technical difficulties. We are back. Payoff pitch. Swung on. Line drive to Ben Hart, but can't make the play. A.J. Lewis, round second, going for third. He'll get there standing up. It'll be a base hit for Chris Cornelius. It's a line drive up the middle of the field, bounces by the second base bag, and gets into the outfield. The runner had taken off from first, so Ben Hart was already running over towards the second base bag in case a throwdown was going to come across. The line drive goes straight to him and bounces right in front of his glove. I mean, if he's able to grab that ball, it's going to be the easiest double play of the season and the inning's over. However, it bounces in front of the bag, bounces in front of the mitt of Ben Hart, and he can't believe it. Gets into the outfield, and A.J. Lewis rounds second and gets to third. Cornelius over at first now, and Luke Mangieri digs in. Mangieri has had an absolutely great day. 2 for 2 with the walk and one RBI. The lefty stands in and awaits. A base hit here. He's going to grab his second RBI of the day. First pitch he sees. Fastball that finds the zone 0-1. Mangieri out of Bradley University. A tall frame, 6'4". The lefty awaits the offering from Falk, who gives the runner at first a glance. Deals in the 0-1. Fastball wide, 1-1. Of course, Mangieri's the guy that comes from a long line of athletes. Older brother is a long snapper at Nebraska. His brother Nick is a linebacker at Indiana. And his cousin Bradley played baseball for Jacob Hurst. 1-1 pitch. Swung on, popped up into shallow left field, foul territory. Alex Pinner can't make the play on it. It falls foul. And the count will move to 1-2. Pinner overran it. Off the bat, he thought that he wasn't even going to be able to get there in time, and then he looks up and realized that he didn't have the right read on it, and it falls behind him. He awkwardly tries to reach back and grabs it, but can't. And so, two things have not gone in the Bullfrogs' favor here in this inning now. But a 1-2 count with an out on the board. Mangieri stands in again after nearly popping out. Brad Falk gives a glance over at the runner at first and sends in the 1-2. Swung on, ground ball to Bourbon, and it's off his glove. Throw to first is not there because no one was covering, and A.J. Lewis comes across to score. Wow. Talk about things falling apart for your team. Unfortunately, that's what just happened. A.J. Lewis comes across, and the Dock Spiders take an 8-1 lead. It's a ground ball straight to Willie Bourbon. Granted, it's a hot shot. He can't put his hand on it, or glove on it, I should say. Bounces out of it. When he collects it, nobody had gone over to cover the bag. And so he had no one to toss it to. And the runner got in safely for an infield single. So Mangieri's phenomenal day continues. Now 3 for 3 with 2 RBIs. And Andrew Bullock is dug in. He fouls off the first pitch he sees and goes down in the count 0-1. Mangieri at first and Chris Cornelius at second. Of course, Lewis came across to score. A 1 pitch found back into the backstop left side as well. An 0-2 count now. Bullock out of Western Carolina. The sophomore from my neck of the woods grew up in Chesapeake, Virginia, about 10 minutes from my hometown. 0-2 pitch. Runs inside for a ball. 1-2 count now. This past season at Western Carolina, he would be nearly nominated for a designated hitter honorable mention award. However, would bat 289 this past season. Made the All-SoCo freshman team back during his freshman season when he batted 304. Takes a cut at the 1-2 pitch, fly ball to center. Alonzo Jones has the read on it and throws it in to make sure that the runner at second, Cornelius, isn't going anywhere. Off the bat, the entire stadium gasped. They thought that thing was gone. However, it's just a simple fly ball for Alonzo Jones, who makes the grab and puts the second out on the board. We're here in the top of the 7th inning where the Bullfrogs trail 8-1. Or rather, excuse me, bottom of the 6th inning where the Bullfrogs trail 8-1. New batter KV Edwards will now dig in. He's 1 for 2 on the day. Has 2 RBIs. Launches the first one run wide for a ball, a 1-0 count here. Edwards stands in, awaiting the offering from Folk. He checks the runner at second and sends in the 1-0, a swing and a miss. Move the count to 1-1 and a snap throw from the catcher, Zach Plunkett. And nobody saw it coming. Ben Hart nor the shortstop Riley Smith was covering. Plunkett wanted to get his Bullfrogs out of the inning, and it gets into the outfield. Chris Cornelius slid back into second, and when he realized it had gone over the heads of everybody, he popped up and ran over to third. So runners on the corners now. Mangieri at first, Cornelius at third. Edwards stands in with a 1-1 count. The 1-1. Runs low for a ball. 2 balls and a strike now. 2 outs on the board. Brent Funk, the right-handed pitcher out of Lenore Ryan, trying to get out of this inning. He's allowed a couple earned runs so far in his time out on the mound already. The righty deals in the 2-1. It runs way inside. That was dangerous. Edwards has to limbo out of it. Music there. I mean, that would have hit him square in the face if he doesn't duck away from it. Count moves to 3 balls and a strike. Falk deals it in. Runs low and inside, ball 4. It's the third time that KV Edward has gotten on base here today. Was walked back in the second, of course, managed that 2 RBI single in the 5th, or double rather, in the 5th, and now over at first with the walk. Bases loaded here. Cornelius at third, Mangieri at second, and Edwards at first. Colton Neal digs in. He managed a 2 RBI single his last time up. Is 1 for 3 with 2 strikeouts as well. Watches the first one go by for a strike and 0-1 count. Falk trying to get his Bullfrogs out of this inning. 1 run's already come across, and the bases are loaded here. Deals in the 0-1. Swung on, fouled away left side. Out of play. Colton Neal out of Memphis. Grew up in Tennessee as well from Cordova. The sophomore this past season would bat .238. Back in 2016 had his struggles. Neal takes a cut at the 0-2 pitch. It's a skyrocketed pop-up in shallow center, and the shortstop Riley Smith gets underneath of it and makes the grab. Brett Falk leaves the bases loaded, and that will end the bottom of the 6th inning. To the top of the 7th we go. The Bullfrogs trail the Dock Spiders 8-1. You're listening to the WOCO Sports Stream on the Bullfrogs Radio Network. Stay tuned.
It's the best time of the year to update your ride. NEW Credit Union's Super Summer Loan Sale. From July 10th to 28th, get super low rates as low as 2.49% annual percentage rate.
To jumpstart the big event, from July 10th to the 16th, you can find your perfect car, truck, or SUV from a selection brought in by trusted local dealers right to our credit union offices in Oconto Falls, Oconto, and Surrey. Compare them side by side, or you can also visit a participating dealer and see their expanded selections.
Call NEW Credit Union for details at 800-924-1250. That's 800-924-1250. Get up to 100% financing during the Super Summer Loan Sale.
Borrower must meet NEW Credit Union membership eligibility and credit-worthy requirements. All loans subject to approval. Example of repayment would be a monthly payment of about $17.75 per $1,000 borrowed for 60 months. Federally insured by the NCUA. Super Summer Loan Sale at NEW Credit Union. Get ready to own it!
Hello and welcome back to Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. My name's Nolan Knight, voice of the Bullfrogs. Top of the 7th inning, about to get underway, and the Bullfrogs trail. They're down by 7 runs, 8-1. Top of the 7th inning, about to get underway. Zach Plunkett due up for the Bullfrogs as it will be the 9-1-2 hitters. Plunkett on the day for the Frogs is 0 for 2. First pitch he sees, a fastball that runs high and inside, a 1-0 count. Bullfrogs will start off their second half of the season tomorrow against the Wisconsin Rapids Rafters. 1-0 pitch is swung on, fouled away right side. 1-1. That's away, as mentioned, at Whitterfield, who finished in the Elite 8 of best Summer League baseball stadiums. That poll is going on right now. 1-1 pitch, breaking ball, finds the outside corner. 1-2. Plunkett disagrees with it, exchanges a couple of words with the home plate umpire, and stands back in. The 1-2 pitch. Swung on, ground ball back to the pitcher, K, and he snags it. Spins and runs over to first, underhand tossing to Bullock, and retiring the first batter. The Bullfrogs will then travel back home for another home series. They've been at home quite a lot here recently, but they deserve that. They've really been on the road the majority of the season, it seems like. Of course, that June year, or June month, I should say, they were on the road the majority of the time. However, July, they're at home for the most part. Alonzo Jones now digs in for the Bullfrogs, watches a fastball run low, a 1-0 count. Jones waves the lumber around, fastball to him. That one misses as well, a 2-0 count now. Alonzo Jones on the day, 0 for 3, would strike out his last time up. 2-0 count, runs high, 3-0 count now. Jones stands in, awaiting the offering from Kay, the delivery to him. 3-0 runs high and wide, and Jones gets on base for the first time tonight. He was walked. He now stands over at first, and it will bring up Riley Smith. Smith on the day, 1 for 3, managed a base hit in the third, an infield single, but would strike out his last time up. The Bullfrogs, after facing off against the Rapids at home on Thursday, will then have a home series against the Rockford Rivets on Friday and Saturday. First pitch that Riley Smith sees, fastball that runs high and outside, 1-0. After that, they'll have a home and home with Lakeshore, and then a home series against Madison, and then another home and home with the Wisconsin Rapids. That's a team that the Bullfrogs seem to play all the time this year. And that's, of course, the team that you don't want to play this season, as they are on a tear. They win the South Division. Of course, a couple of nights ago, they clinched it. And then, of course, you likely will win the second half as well. They won both the first and second half this past year, so they've won 3 of the last half divisions in a row. I mean, that's a team that has really just figured it out here. The Fond du Lac Dock Spiders are another team that are kind of figuring things out, of course, on a 3-game winning streak, and with an 8-1 lead against the Bullfrogs now as Riley Smith watches ball 3 go by. 7 straight walks, or rather 7 straight balls have been thrown so far in this inning. Zach Plunkett, of course, would lead off the inning with a ground out. And there is ball 4, 8 straight walks. Runners at first and second now. I said walks again. 8 straight balls, and now 2 runners on. Pitching coach will come out and have a word with his right-handed pitcher in K. And Mikey Falia, the right-handed batter out of UC Irvine, will dig in. Pitching coach for the Fond du Lac Dock Spiders, of course, Charles Thyman. He's out there having a word with Gunner, who has pitched solidly since coming in. Mikey Falia, the right-handed batter out of UC Irvine on the day, is 1 for 2. Would be walked and would come around to score in that first inning, the lone run of the day for the Bullfrogs. They have just 5 hits. The discussion out on the mound has come to a close. Thielman walks back to his spot on just outside the dugout. And Falia digs in. Runner off from second. Ball swung on, fouled away right side. Bullfrogs were trying to manage the hit and run there. If Falia doesn't hit that ball, I mean, Alonzo Jones is probably sliding into third safely. I mean, he was already just about 3/4 of the way there when the ball came across. He takes his lead at second. Smith takes his from first. Smith digs in, or rather Falia digs in, and K comes set. 0-1. Swung on, fly ball into right. That will drop foul. Just 3 or 4 feet from that right field line. That was close to dropping fair. That's probably going to score Smith from first if it drops. So Falia will come back and pick up his bat, readjust his UC Irvine batting gloves, and stand in. Alonzo Jones takes a lead over at second. Smith stands in at third. Gunner K, the righty, deals in the 0-2. Fastball, swung on, grounded left side, foul. So Falia, just a bit late on one and early on that one. Count remains no balls and 2 strikes. Falia gives a check swing and stands back in. The righty, Gunner K, comes set. Gives Alonzo Jones a glance at second. Deals in the 0-2. Swung on, line drive into right center field. That's going to be caught out there in left center. Left fielder Colton Neal running to his left, puts the glove on it, and retires the second batter. 2 outs on the board now. 2 runners on. Bullfrogs have left the bases loaded in the last inning and threatening to leave 2 stranded here. Kyle Benio, the right-handed hitter out of Youngstown State, digs in. Supporting the white batting gloves and wrist tape. The delivery, swung on, grounded left side, chopper, foul. Just past the third baseman. His outstretched arm and the third base bag. Benio falls behind 0-1. Benio is the brightest spot so far on the day for the Frogs, as he is 2 for 3 with an RBI. Has been great here recently for the Bullfrogs. The righty stands in, and K stares him down. K comes set. Deals in the 0-1. Swung on, line drive up the middle of the field. That drops fair. Riley Smith rounding second. He's going to go to third. Alonzo Jones comes across and scores for the Bullfrogs. The throw from center close to getting Riley Smith out over at third. And it's an RBI single for Kyle Bigno. He's now 3 for 4 on the day with 2 RBIs. And Ben Hart, the second baseman, will dig in. Hart on the afternoon, 0 for 2 with a hit by pitch. As the Bullfrogs have put one across, they now trail by 6, 8-2. Ben Hart swings at the first pitch he sees and pops it up foul into the stands. Somebody will be going home with a souvenir, and rightfully so. It looks like a grandfather. He grabs one and gives it to the little one out there. That's great. Gotta love it. An 0-1 count here. Runners on the corners. Bigno at first, Smith at third. Ben Hart waves the bat around. Bullfrogs looking to tack another one off of this lead. 0-1. Swung on, line drive to the third baseman, out. Off the bat, it looks like it's going to be a blooper into left, but doesn't have enough oomph on it. Colin Rideout grabs the ball for the third out. Bullfrogs leave 2 runners stranded, but they get a run across in the top half of the 7th inning. To the bottom half of it we go. You're listening to the WOCO Sports Stream on the Bullfrogs Radio and Network. Bottom of the 7th underway.
American Lodge and Suites Green Bay West is the ideal location for your next stay, whether you're traveling for business or pleasure. They are proud to provide the amenities you want most and deliver them at the highest level possible, starting with comfortable, quieter guest rooms. Welcome to genuine American hospitality.
Is the frozen pizza that you're eating at home tired and worn out? It just doesn't have its stuff anymore. Its toppings are low and inside while the cheese is chin music. The time has come, friends, to make the switch. Make the call to the Brew Pub Bullpen. Bring in the relief and get the win with Brew Pub Lots of Matza Pizzas. Made with premium toppings, then smothered in over half a pound of fresh 100% Wisconsin-made mozzarella cheese, Brew Pub Lots of Matza Pizzas are the ingredients for a great time. Find us online at brewpubpizza.com, on Facebook at Brew Pub Pizza, or follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Brew Pub Pizza. Brew Pub Lots of Matza Pizza, the ingredients for a great time.
Hello and welcome back to Herb Baker Field, and a very happy 4th of July to you. Hopefully you're out on the patio or by your computers with a cold one, or whatever you're doing to enjoy this 4th of July. Hope you're spending time with family and enjoying your nights. And as always, it's a pleasure calling Green Bay Bullfrogs baseball. My name's Nolan Knight. Bottom of the 7th inning, new pitcher out on the mound for the Bullfrogs. It is Scott Gorsuch, number 30, out of UW Oshkosh. The right-handed pitcher looks to try to get things started off on the right foot here for the Frogs as they trail by 6 runs, 8-2 in favor of the Dock Spiders. The Bullfrogs do get one off of the Dock Spiders' lead in the top of the 7th when Kyle Bigno managed an RBI single into center field. Bigno is by far the brightest star so far tonight for the Bullfrogs. The designated hitter is 3 for 4 with a double and 2 RBIs. But really the only batter that stood out tonight, for that matter, Pendergast would pitch well out on the mound to start off the game. However, he would load the bases in the bottom of the 4th inning. And if you take away that one inning from the Dock Spiders in the bottom of the 5th, rather, not the 4th, I mean, this game is 3-2 in favor of the Dock Spiders. But that's an inning where the bases got loaded with no outs on the board. So they take out Pendergast, bring in Brett Falk. Falk would allow, of course, 2 earned runs against him, 3 earned runs against Pendergast, as all 3 would score, and then 2 more. Falk allowed 1 run in the bottom of the 6th as well. And so Falk's day has come to a close. Scott Gorsuch now out on the mound for the Bullfrogs so far this season. Gorsuch has had his struggles, has had some good games and some good innings, of course, but overall, Scott Gorsuch comes into the game with a 9.20 ERA. In 14 2/3 innings pitched, he has allowed 15 earned runs. 17 strikeouts to 21 walks, and has a 1-1 record. The right-handed hitter stands in to lead things off here in the bottom of the 7th inning. It's Eric Gilgenbach. The right fielder awaits the offering from Gorsuch, who kicks the leg and sends it in. It runs high, 1-0. You can follow us on Twitter at GB Bullfrogs for by-inning updates and, of course, the best gifts in the Northwoods League. You heard it here first. 1-0 pitch, runs inside for a ball, a 2-0 count here. Follow us on Instagram as well to get a look at what the Bullfrogs are doing on the road. That's at GB Bullfrogs as well. 2-0 pitch, swung on, sky-rocketed foul ball. I mean, that thing is still up there in the air. That thing, it still is. Now it finally comes down. Fouled away left side and past the backstop behind the grandstands here. And Gilgenbach stands back in. A 2 count after the fall off the delivery. Runs way wide. Moves the count. 3 balls and a strike. Here in the bottom of the 7th inning, Bullfrogs trail 8-2. 3-1 pitch, runs high, ball 4. Gilgenbach leads off the bottom of the 7 with a walk. He now stands over at first, and Colin Rideout will dig in. The third baseman on the day is 0 for 2. He's been walked once. Rideout, of course, out of Tennessee Wesleyan University. Always have the hardest time trying to find Rideout's name in my notes here. But this past season at Wesleyan would have a great year. A lot of those guys that go to those smaller schools, these schools that you haven't heard, Tennessee Wesleyan, you know, you hear that name and you kind of wince at it. There's no way that kid's a good baseball player. 0-1 pitch, swung on and missed, 0-2. But this kid is in a league of his own out there in Tennessee. Would hit 18 home runs, snag 53 RBIs, and have a 408 on-base percentage. Very impressive. Quick meeting with the umpire and, or rather the catcher and the pitcher. Gorsuch, umpire gets some news baseballs, and everyone comes back set. The 0-2 pitch into Rideout comes in. Swing and a miss. There's the first strikeout of the day for Gorsuch. He likes it. Kind of readjusts himself, shrugs his shoulders, licks his fingers. He's feeling it now after that one. After walking the first batter he faced. A.J. Lewis now digs in. So far on the day, Lewis is 0 for 3. Would be walked and came around to score to lead things off back in the 6th inning. And the runner is caught between the bags, but however, he gets back to first. 1-0 pitch comes off, and Zach Plunkett had stuck between the bases. He didn't know which way he wanted to go, and Plunkett threw the ball to second too early. And too early, in fact, by that I mean the runner over at first gets back over there safely. That's Gilgenbach, who was nearly caught between the paths. 1-0. Swung on and fouled away. Fouled back left side over towards the backstop. 1 ball and 1 strike now, and out on the board and a runner at first. Scott Gorsuch, the righty, checks the runner over at first and comes set. Throw back to first, not there. Gilgenbach gets back safely, standing up. A.J. Lewis adjusts his batting helmet and comes set. 1-1 pitch, swung on and missed, 1-2. So, as mentioned, this is the last game of the first half of the season. What that means for the Frogs is that, well, they're going to finish 9th in the South Division for the first half, but it's a clean slate for the second. 1-2 pitch, runs wide, evens the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. over towards the dirt outside as well. So this game, in all complete reality, unfortunately, I hate to say it, but it doesn't matter much at all. 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball runs wide. Full count now, 3 balls and 2 strikes. What I mean by that is that no matter what, the Bullfrogs are going to finish 9th in the South Division here with a win or a loss. And pending they don't have a 25-win second half, which I guess is what they would need to make it. To make the playoffs, the Bullfrogs are likely going to have to win the second half. However, if they do come in second, then they're going to need a lot of wins. And so this win in the first half would actually help them by all means. Gorsuch, though, pickoff attempt over to first. Runner gets back again. So I take back what I said. I'll take it back. This game does matter, and the more games the Bullfrogs lose here in the first half of the season, the harder it will be to make the playoffs in the second half. Scott Gorsuch comes set and sends in the payoff. Swung on, fouled away left side past the backstop and out of the stadium. Full count will remain. Broke too early. But it's going to be a tough contest for the Frogs to get back into as they trail 8-2 here. Payoff pitch, swung on, fouled away right side. And if you're a Bullfrogs fan, you got to be excited about this second half of the season. The Bullfrogs have some new members to the team they didn't have the last time. Alonzo Jones has been great. Mikey Falia has been great. Tanner Poole has been great. Those are your 3 outfielders. Riley Smith has been a nice spot so far early as well. Payoff pitch runs high for ball 4. 2 runners on now. Second at bat in a row that A.J. Lewis has been walked. And Joe Bro will dig in. Bro on the day is 1 for 3 with a base hit and 2 runs and a walk. Riley Smith that wasn't on the team. And those are all guys that have brought a lot to the team. Ben Hart's found himself in stride at the plate recently. So has Alex Pinner. And it's a team that, granted, they've had their struggles, of course, with pitching, and they've had their struggles with hitting here recently. But if everyone gets on the same page, I don't see why not at all why the Bullfrogs can't go on a run in the second half. 1-0 pitch runs high and wide, 2-0 count. Bullfrogs' biggest problem has been leaving runners on. It's not that they don't, it's not like they're sitting here going 3 up, 3 down every inning, in and out. They get runners on, they have some solid plate discipline, they get walked. They manage base hits here and there, but they leave runners stranded. If they can figure out how to string some hits together and come across to score from time to time, I mean, the second half of the season could fare well for the Bullfrogs. Heard it here first. Joe Bro digs in, and the 2-0 pitch to him is check swung on. Doesn't come around. It was low and inside. A 3-0 count now. After Gorsuch walked the batter A.J. Lewis over at first. But 1 out on the board. Runner at second takes his lead. That's Gillingbach. 3-0 pitch right across Broadway. 3-1. And A.J. Lewis is over at first. Gorsuch sends in the 3-1. One's low in the dirt, ball 4. Bases loaded here in the bottom of the 7th. Doc Spiders threatening to score for their 3rd inning in a row. They would make 5 runs in the 6th. Or the 5th, I'm sorry. I keep messing up that inning. And they would put 1 across in the 6th as well. Trying to look into the bullpen. It does look like someone's warming up for the Bullfrogs. Chris Cornelius now digs in the shortstop. Scott Gorsuch stares him down and delivers. Fastball that finds the inside portion of the plate, 0-1. So Gorsuch has walked 3 batters here in this one. Gillenbach stands over at third. Lewis at second. And Bro over at first. Cornelius watches one go by for a ball outside, and it's a 1-1 count. The delivery from Gorsuch, fastball in the dirt, another ball. 2-1. Of course, this drive out to Fond du Lac really not all that bad at all. Of course, Fond du Lac and the Bullfrogs are the 2 teams that face off against their same-day home-and-home doubleheaders. Each team has one. 2-1 pitch. Fastball swung on and missed, evens the count 2-2. And the first time, when you first hear about it, you're kind of wince at it. You're like, really? We have to go to one place and play a game and come back and play another one, and they're not 7-inning games? And you're like, that's not going to be the best day of my summer. But what ended up happening is that it was pouring down rain when the Bullfrogs got here. Back whenever that went down, as I scramble to try to find my schedule here, back on June 20th is when this went down. 2-2 pitch, finds the outside corner, ring him up. Second K of the inning for Gorsuch. Has walked 3 and struck out 2. Luke Mangieri will now dig in for the Dock Spiders. Mangieri has had the best game so far for the Spiders. He's 3 for 3 with 2 RBIs, a run, and a walk. The lefty stands in. But it wasn't. It was raining, so we went on to a mall and came back and played the game. 9 innings. Bullfrogs got the victory. First pitch that comes across, fastball, finds the lower outside portion, 0-1. A 1 count here. Runners take their lead. Delivery. Swung on. Hot shot grounder over to Bourbon and a diving play at it, and it's a sprint to the bag, and he wins. It's a foot race. Bourbon gets the victory in it and gets the 3rd out. Scott Gorsuch, after walking 3 runners in the inning, strikes out 2 and then manages a ground out. That'll do it for the 7th. Bullfrogs leave 3 stranded. We're going to move to the 8th inning after this. You're listening to the WOCO Sports Stream on the Bullfrogs Radio Network. Stay tuned.
Hi, folks. This is David from Witt's Piggly Wiggly in Oconto Falls. Are you sick of rising gas prices? Well, at Witt's, we have a solution. When you purchase qualified groceries with blue shelf stickers, and there's hundreds throughout our store, you build up discounts for 15 gallons of gas on your club card. Then, when you fill up at our Pig Stop pumps, just scan your card and watch the gas price drop. So scan your card, shop the blue stickers, and save money on gas at the Pig in Oconto Falls.
Over the past 60 years, Triangle Distributing has maintained itself as a leader in the market as it has responded to the changes in product innovation and consumer demands. It is in this commitment to employees, customers, community, and supplier partners that has enabled them to remain one of the best and most respected distributors in our state.
Hello and welcome back to Fond du Lac, Wisconsin, here on the campus of Marian University, Herb Baker Field. My name's Nolan Knight, voice of the Bullfrogs. The Bullfrogs trail the Dock Spiders 8-2. A.J. Lewis, a little late getting his catcher's gear on now, sits behind home plate and is getting some warm-up pitches from the new pitcher out on the mound for the Fond du Lac Dock Spiders, number 22, Zach Kesterson. Kesterson out of Duke University from New Hartford, New York. The right-handed pitcher just finished up his sophomore season. A tall, lengthy guy, stands at 6'3". Just as a reminder, as always, you can follow us on Twitter and on Instagram. If you don't have a Twitter and Instagram, you should think about getting it. It's pretty fun. There's a reason that everyone always talks about it. With that being said, Kesterson, let me make sure I'm saying this right here. Number 22, Zach Kesterson, out on the bump, will relieve Gunnar K, who had a good inning, or rather had a good day today. I'd like to give you stats here, but our live stats on the day are not working for Point Street, unfortunately. And I do not have it down exactly when he came in or not. So I can't give you your live stats, unfortunately. What I do know, however, is that Gunnar K, I should say, had a great day. And so did the starting pitcher, Bach, for the Dock Spiders. But nonetheless, new inning here for the Bullfrogs, top of the 8th. They have 6 outs left to their names to try to manage to chip away at this 6-run Dock Spider lead. Alex Pinner digs in, the switch hitter out of Scottsdale Community College, watches a fastball run way inside, and it moves the count to 1-0. Kesterson comes set, kicks the leg, sends in the 1-0. It's a fastball that runs high that time. Kesterson on the season, this is his 11th appearance, has appeared in more games than any other pitcher. Has a 5.91 ERA, and the 2-0 pitch misses as well, a 3-0 count now. He has allowed 16 earned runs in 24 1/3 innings pitched, and has 22 strikeouts to 13 walks. 3-0 pitch runs high, and he throws 4 balls to start off his time on the mound, and Alex Pinner gets on base again for the Bullfrogs here, was walked that time. Pinner's 1 for 3 on the day with a double and a walk now. And Tanner Poole, the right fielder, will dig in. Poole is 0 for 2 on the day with a walk. That happened back in the 4th inning. Kesterson deals into the new batter Tanner Poole, finds the zone, 0-1. Tanner Poole swings the bat, taps home plate with it, and now stands in. Awaiting the offering from Kesterson, the delivery. Swung on, fouled away right side, foul. Tanner Poole started off his time in a Bullfrog uniform on fire. As mentioned, his debut is here in Fond du Lac, where he would be labeled the Aurora Bay Care Sports Medicine Player of the Game for his 3 for 4 day, where he had a triple and 2 doubles. But has struggled since. 0-2 pitch, swung on, it's a little chopper, right back to the pitcher Kesterson. An underhand toss to the first baseman beats out Tanner Poole, and the first out's on the board. It's enough to move Alex Pinner over to third at least, and so a runner in scoring position for the Bullfrogs with an out on the board. Tanner Poole, the right fielder, goes down on a 1-3 out, and Willie Bourbon, the first baseman, digs in. Bourbon, 0 for 2 on the day, he managed a walk back in the second. Bourbon comes into the game for the Bullfrogs, supporting a batting average of below 200. Bourbon on the season so far currently sitting at 184. First pitch he sees, fastball swung on and missed, 0-1. Bourbon draws that X across the plate and stands in. Alex Pinner takes his lead from second, and Kesterson comes set. Gives Pinner a look, deals in the 0-1. Fastball, just misses low, 1-1. Bullfrogs with 6 hits on the day and 1 error, and the Spiders with 9 and 2. Bullfrogs with just 2 runs. The Spiders have managed 8. Of course, won last night's contest 6-2. We're in the top of the 8th inning. Delivery, swung on and missed, moves the count 1-2. Willie Bourbon steps out, readjusts things. Comes set, rubs his batting gloves on some pine tar, and now stands in. Waves his lumber around. Waiting the offering from Kesterson. The Duke University product sends in the 1-2. Swung on, fouled back into the backstop. Straight back, in fact. Count will remain 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bourbon stands back in. Sporting the old school look. Pants rolled up. Green socks underneath. The 1-2. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Snap throw to second. Pinner slides back safely. But it's the second out on the board after Bourbon goes down swinging, and will bring up Zach Plunkett. The catcher is 0 for 4 on the day. Zach Plunkett has had his struggles at the plate this season. Currently comes into the game batting just 152. Plunkett has 10 hits and 66 at-bats. 5 RBIs on the year and 28 strikeouts. Watches the first one to go by for a ball, a 1-0 count. Esterson comes set. Deals in the 1-0. Fastball that runs high, and Plunkett gets ahead and they count 2-0. Alex Pinner standing over at second. He's a guy that came into the game batting .250 on the season. Has really fluctuated all over the place, but here recently has been great, batting .320 in his last 10 games. .2-0 pitch, so one gone and missed. Count moves to 2-1. Zach Plunkett is a guy that has struggled even more recently. In his last 3 games, batting just .091. 1 for 11. The 2-1. Runs low, misses, just finds the outside black. Evens the count to deuces wild, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and a runner at second. Plunkett stands in, gives a couple check swings, looking to score his teammate and Alex Pinner from second with a base hit here. Frogs trail by 6. Casterson deals in the 2-2. Breaking ball outside, full count. A little bit of spin on that one there. Had some speed on it, however. Plunkett steps out and steps back in. The catcher out of Arkansas trying to get things going here in the Northwoods League. Of course, sat out this past season at Arkansas after his transfer. Payoff pitch to him. Swung on, fouled away right side. Plunkett stays alive. He's been really frustrated with some pitchers here recently. You can tell that he's a guy that really wants to do well. He's one of the first guys to the stadium to get some extra at-bats. It's a matter of time for this guy. The payoff pitch. Runs low for ball 4, and Zach Plunkett manages to get on base. Back up to the top of the lineup here in the top of the 8th inning. It will be Alonzo Jones. Jones comes into the game for the Bullfrogs, batting .407 in his past 10 games, and on the season batting .385. So far on the day, however, 0 for 3 with the walk. First pitch he sees, a fastball that finds the outside corner, 0-1. Jones, the normal leadoff man for the Bullfrogs, sat out a couple of games due to some soreness, but finds himself back in the lineup now. 0-1 pitch to him. Swung on, fouled away left side, 0-2. Jones normally a spark for this Bullfrogs team. I mean, there's something about him that when he gets up to batting, he gets on base, it seems like the other guys feel like they got to do better or something, or one form or another. And some fireworks blare off all right into right field here. 0-2 pitch goes by 1-2. Someone's having a huge fireworks show. It's like a finale out there in right. Oh, I mean, they're all over the place. You got to love it. 4th of July. Happy 4th of July, everyone. One-two pitch, runs wide for ball 2. Evens the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Jones step out, readjusts his batting gloves, and stands back in. Zach Plunkett over there at first takes his lead. Alex Pinner takes his from second. The 2-2. Inside for ball 3. Jones has to scoot away from it. A full count now. Bullfrogs looking to try to chip away some runs from this one as they trail by 6, 8-2. Kesterson checks the runner at second, sends in the payoff. Swung on, it's a grounder up the middle of the field, and it's fair. Alex Pinner rounding third. He's going to come in and score, and it's an RBI single for Alonzo Jones. Alex Pinner comes across. Plunkett moves to third, and the Bullfrogs chip another off of the lead. They've managed a run here in their last 2 innings, one in the top of the 7th, one in the top of the 8th here. If you take away that 5-run bottom of the 5th inning, and we're tied up 3-3. Bullfrogs can, however, get out of that jam early in that one. And 5 runs come across. That brings the fight, or rather the score here, 8-3. Riley Smith now is dug in for the Bullfrogs. Watches the first one go by for a strike inside corner, 0-1. Smith on the day, 1 for 3 with the walk. Would be stranded over at third back in the 7th inning. Runner off from first. Ball swung on and fouled back. A.J. Lewis was ready to hose Alonzo Jones. Count moves, though, to no balls and 2 strikes. 2 outs on the board. Alonzo Jones will run back over to home, or rather first base. Crowd here remains relatively full, of course. I think there's some fireworks after the game. If there aren't, that would be a shame. 0-2. Runs way inside. Ow. That's off the inside elbow of Riley Smith. That's got to hurt. He throws his bat and holds it. Now walking over to first. Hopefully he's okay. It's a breaking ball that gets away from the right-handed pitcher. And it's off the inside elbow. I mean, the worst spot to get hit by a ball. Smith doesn't wear an Evo shield. Maybe he will after today, as Kesterson nails him there. Scott Gorsuch has gone and gotten some ice from the trainer. He's walking back across the field over towards the dugout. So his day is done. He's, of course, the pitcher that pitched the 8th inning, or rather the 7th inning for the Bullfrogs. But Mikey Falia now digs in. There's 2 outs on the board and the bases are loaded. Riley Smith looks like he's going to be okay. Pitching coach for the Dock Spiders, Thelman, came out and had a quick word with Kesterson. And Kesterson deals in the first pitch. It's a fastball that is swung on and missed. An 0-1 count here. Fireworks continue out into right field. The whole show going on out there. Runners take their lead. 2 outs on the board. Bullfrogs looking to chip away a couple more. The 0-1 to Falia. Swung on, fouled back. 0-2. Bullfrogs trail by 5 here, but I mean, if you really think about it, standing on deck is Kyle Binya, the best hitter for the Bullfrogs this season. If he can manage to get on base here, get an RBI, Kyle Binya comes up and a grand slam would tie it. The 0-2. Swung on, fouled back into the backstop right side. Count remains. No balls and 2 strikes. Falia fighting off some here. Falia on the day. 1 for 3 with a walk and a run. Looking for another hit here. Kesterson comes set. Not paying any mind to any of the base runners here. Steps off the rubber. And Falia steps out of the box. Now stands back in. Kesterson, the righty, comes set. Stares down Falia. Deals in the 0-2. Swung on, line driving to right. That drops fair. There's a base hit for Falia, and 2 runs come across for the Bullfrogs. Zach Plunkett, Alonzo Jones comes across, and the Bullfrogs now trail by 3, 8-5. Riley Smith standing over at third. It's a 2 RBI single for Mikey Falia. It's a well-hit line drive into right field that off the bat looks dangerous. You don't know if right fielder out there, Gilgenbach, is going to be able to get a glove on it, but he can't. It drops at his feet. He picks it up on the first bounce and throw it in. By the time it gets to home plate, Jones and Plunkett had come across to score. Kyle Bino now digs in for the Bullfrog. First pitch he sees, swung on and fouled back, 0-1. Bino on the season has been the best hitter for the Frogs, has 4 home runs on the year. 1 here would tie it. He stands in and awaits. Crouched, closed stance. 0-1 pitch, well inside, but Bino swung at it and missed. Was aiming for the next area code. Trying to create some sparks and possibly some fireworks here for the Bullfrogs. Stands in, wrist tape on the right wrist. Shin guard on the left leg. The Youngstown State kid stands in, down in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. 2 outs on the board. The delivery. Swing and a miss. Drop strike 3. No attempt. Lewis will apply the tag. And the Bullfrogs leave 2 stranded. However, they do get 3 runs across here in the top of the 8th inning. They're not done. Stay tuned. On to the bottom half of the frame we go. You're listening to the WOCO Sports Stream on the Bullfrogs Radio Network. Stay tuned.
Tri-City Glass and Doors, locally owned and family operated, and has been since 1960. Specializing in commercial glass projects and automotive glass repair. Having grown up right here in Northeast Wisconsin, Tri-City understands your needs and wants to be the residential glass and door professionals you can count on. They're here for your family in all of life stages, from building an addition on your home for your newborn to applying Aquapel to your new driver's car. Additionally, they are locally owned, so there's no hoops to jump through. You can call them or come in at any time to talk directly to one of their glass and door experts. Triangle Distributing is a diversified distributor of high-quality beverages that is focused on providing customer satisfaction, service with well-trained personnel that drives the market through teamwork, goals, and strong relationships.
Get the camera. Riley's rolling again.
That dog always gets excited up here at the cabin.
Riley loves the woods, don't you, Riley? Roll, Riley, roll. You getting this?
I'm getting it all. It's fabulous. But we can't upload it until we get home.
Right, no data connection up here.
Challenge.
Coach McCarthy?
Mason Crosby.
Switch to Cellcom, guys. Our coverage is great, whether you're out here or anywhere coast to coast.
Yeah, Riley's fans don't want to wait.
Now Riley's really on a roll.
At Cellcom, we've got you covered out in the country and all across the country. Cellcom, built for you.
Very athletic. I think we can use him on special teams.
But not to kick, right?
We'll see.
This summer at Cellcom, save $100 on a new LG G6, and we'll cover your cost to switch from another carrier. Cellcom, built for you. Activation Flex Agreement and data subscription required. Device trade-in required. Restrictions apply. Trademarks and names are property of their respective owners. Visit cellcom.com/save for complete details.
Hello, welcome back. Kurt Baker Field. Sorry for the quick technical difficulties. 2-1 count here. Andrew Bullock has dug in, the left-handed hitter out of Western Carolina. 2-1 pitch to him, runs high and inside. A 3-1 count now. No outs on the board. We just got underway with the bottom of the 8th inning. New pitcher out on the mound for the Bullfrogs. It's Alex Stodola. Of course, Stodola used to be on this Bullfrogs team. 3-1 pitch, runs high and outside for ball 4. So Andrew Bullock leads off the bottom of the 8th inning with a walk. He stands over at first. And he finds his way back on the team. Started the year out on a temporary contract. However, would not be re-signed for a full contract. Of course, the Bullfrogs have had their struggles this season with injuries and whatnot, and Stodola finds himself back on the active roster on a full contract. Stodola appeared in 2 games during his temporary time and pitched 4 1/3 innings, walking 9, striking out 4 for a 14.53 ERA. The righty stands in, deals in the first pitch to the new batter, KV Edwards. It swung on and missed, 0-1. Edwards came set and awaited. 0-1 pitch, runs outside, 1-1. I mean, fireworks are just going off everywhere now. Left field, right field, third base sign, first base sign. I love it. Baseball and fireworks, it's great. 1-1 pitch, swung on, fouled away, 1-2. Makes it even better that the Bullfrogs find themselves back in this ball game. They manage a run in the top of the 7th and 3 in the top of the 8th. Now trail by 3, 5-8. A very manageable deficit to come back to. Alex Stodola looks to give this Bullfrogs team some life going into the 9th. And a beautiful breaking ball from Stodola there finds its way back into the zone. KV Edwards can't believe it. A long look back to the home plate umpire as he walks back to the dugout. 1 batter retired. It's a backwards K to Edwards, so that will likely be his last at-bat of the game. He went 2 for 4 on the night with a walk and 2 RBIs. New first batter swings at that one, a fly ball into center. Alonzo Jones is there, gets underneath of it, and makes the grab. Colton Neal, wasn't even able to say who was coming up to bat for the Dock Spiders before he swung at that one and sent it out to center field. Alonzo Jones has that bee-like almost track underneath of it, but finally gets there. Mikey Falia out there, you could see that he was giving Alonzo Jones a hard time. You can see his smile all the way from home plate after that one. 2 down. Edwards over, or rather Bullock over at first, and Gilgenbach digs in. First pitch he sees, a breaking ball that runs way inside. Gilgenbach ducks underneath that one just over his head. Got away from him. He falls behind in the count, 1-0. So a backwards K and a F8 puts 2 outs on the board. The 1-0 pitch runs low, a 2-0 count. Andrew Bullock, the first baseman, stands over at first. He was walked. We're here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Bullfrogs looking for momentum going into the top of the 9th. The 2-0 runs well high and inside. Gilgenbach has to duck away from it, in fact. 3-0 count now. Gilgenbach this past season at Notre Dame did not see any playing time, but played last year for Battle Creek Bombers. 3-0 pitch right across the plate, 3-1, where he would hit 7 home runs and manage 23 RBIs. Back in high school, was ranked the number 1 third baseman in Michigan and 7 overall in the state. 3-1 pitch runs high for ball 4. It's at the eyes, and it's the second base runner of the night, or rather of the inning, for the Dock Spiders. Runners at first and second now will bring up the 9-hole hitter, Colin Rideout. Rideout is 0 for 3 on the day with the walk. Coming into the game for the Fond du Lac Dock Spiders, Rideout had a batting average of .237. He stands in, the left-handed batter. First pitch he sees. Check swing. Did he go around? No, he did not. Wow. I really thought that one was over there. So Bathead just doesn't come around, and the count moves to 1-0. It was high. 1-0 pitch. Breaking ball. That one finds the zone. Nice curve from Stadola. Moves the count to 1-1. Dock Spiders looking for an insurance run going into this top of the 9th inning. Runner in scoring position at second. 1-1. Outside fastball, 2-1. Andrew Bullock, the first baseman, stands over at second. Eric Gilgenbach at first, and Rideout waves his lumber at the plate. The 2-1. Swing and a miss evens the count. Deuce is wild here in the bottom of the 8th. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and 2 runners on. Just approached the 3 hours of playing time mark. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Alex Stadola, welcome back to Green Bay. 2 strikeouts in his debut back in a Bullfrog uniform. Leaves 2 runners stranded and gives his Bullfrogs some life moving into the top of the 9th inning. Due up for the Bullfrogs. They're going to need 3 runs. It'll be Ben Hart, Alex Pinner, and Tanner Poole. You're listening to the WOCO Sports Stream on the Bullfrogs Radio Network. Stay tuned. Bullfrogs looking to rally.
Combine the flavors of Italy with the heart of the Irish, add some Chicago flair, and you've got Gallagher's Pizza. For the best Chicago-style pizza north of the Illinois border, Gallagher's Pizza is your destination. Call now for delivery or pickup in Green Bay and De Pere. Gallagher's Pizza, home of the best lunch buffet in town.
We all want to be self-sufficient, whether it's fixing projects at home, whether it's changing the oil on the car, or maybe even keeping your checkbook balanced. But when it comes to income taxes, trust me, you don't want to do it yourself. You don't want to do it with someone that just does it 3 months a year as a little sideline job. You need to work with a proactive 24/7 CPA firm that can actually get you results and keep more money in your pocket. Pick up the phone today. 715-735-0583.
Hello and welcome back to Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. Bullfrogs have their rally hats on. We're in the top of the 9th inning where they trail by 3, 8-5. New pitcher out on the mound for the Dock Spiders. It will be number 8, Dominic Urigo, the right-handed pitcher out of West Texas A&M. Will look to try to close things out for this Fond du Lac Dock Spiders team. If he can manage, he would get the same. So far on the season, Urigo comes into the game for the Dock Spiders, supporting an ERA of 8.10. In 7 games, he has thrown 11 strikeouts and has walked 5. Is 1-2 on the season and has 2 saves. So he's normally a closer for this Dock Spiders team, but he's had some trouble at times. Due up for the Bullfrogs is the 5-hole hitter, Ben Hart. It'll be 5, 6, 7, Ben Hart, Alex Pinner, Tanner Poole. Ben Hart on the night for the Bullfrogs comes into the at-bats 0 for 3. Was hit by a pitch in the 6th. That's the only time he's gotten on base. The warm-up pitches have come to a close. And Ben Hart digs in. The right-handed batter out of Oakland University stands in. Just his batting helmet. Gives a little check, swing, and awaits. Dominic Yurgo toes the rubber. Taps his left foot and now comes set. The righty kicks the leg and sends it in. Swung on, line drive to the shortstop, and it's the first batter retired. Ben Hart, his last time up, would hit a line drive to the third baseman. Both times it looked like it was going to get over the head of both defensive players, but that one straight into the glove of the shortstop. Bullfrogs with just 2 outs left of their name. Alex Pinner now digs in. First pitch he sees. Fastball high and wide, 1-0. Alex Pinner on the day is 2 for 3 with a double and was walked his last time up and came around to score in the 8th. 1-0 pitch. Swung on. It's a belting line drive into shallow center, and it drops fair. There's a base hit for the Bullfrogs. The second of the day for Alex Pinner. He's now 2 for 4. That will bring up Tanner Poole, the right fielder. Tanner Poole is 0 for 3 on the day with a walk. The right-handed hitter out of Mississippi State will look to try to move his future teammate in Alex Pinner over a bag. Willie Bourbon stands on deck. First pitch he sees. Runs wide, moves the count to 1-0. Tanner Poole comes into the game for the Bullfrogs, supporting a batting average just below 250 or so. 234 to be exact coming into the game. 1-2. Fastball that runs low. He's ahead in the count now. 2 balls and no strikes. And out on the board, as mentioned, Bourbon on deck. Plunkett in the hole with an out on the board. Urigo checks the runner at first, sends in the 2-0. Swung on, line drive to left field. That drops fair. And they're going to hold up Pinner over at second. The tying run comes to the plate in Willie Bourbon. This is exactly what the Bullfrogs would need. Alex Pinner belts a single. Tanner Poole belts one as well, moves Pinner to second. Willie Bourbon was the hero a few weeks ago when he managed a walk-off home run against the Kalamazoo Growlers. A home run here would tie the game. The left-handed hitter out of Northwestern stands in, waving his bat around. Bullfrogs with their rally caps on. First pitch he sees from Urigo. Fastball that runs low. 1-0 count. I can't see from here if anyone's warming up in the bullpen of the Dock Spiders. Urigo comes set, stares down Bourbon. A double play would end the game. A home run would tie it. The 1-0. Way inside. In fact, it gets away from the catcher Lewis. And look out, Pinner stuck between the bases. Slides back in safely, though, as he was lost out there between second and third. Thought about moving to third, and then he thought about staying, and then he thought about going, and it was just caught between the two bags. Luckily for him, Lewis didn't see him, and he finally slid back in when Lewis threw it out there. And so a 2-0 count now after that one got away. The delivery, way inside. Moves the count to 3-0. It's in the dirt as well. And now the Bullfrogs threatening to load the bases here in the 9th inning. On deck for the Frogs is Zach Plunkett, the catcher, who is 0 for 3 on the day and has the worst batting average on the team. A.J. Lewis calls time and will jog out to the mound to have a quick word with his pitcher, Dominic Urigo, who's trying to get the save here against the Bullfrogs, but it will be tough. Bullfrogs stand at first and second. And Willie Bourbon, the the left-handed hitter out of Northwestern, stands in. He's ahead in the count, 3-0. He drags his bat across the plate and now waves it behind his head. The 3-0 pitch to him. Fastball that's right across the plate. Bourbon with the take sign on goes down in the count just a bit. 3 balls and 1 strike. And now on the board, Poole takes a big lead at first. Pinner takes 1 at second. Bourbon awaits the offering. Urigo deals in the 3-1. Swing and a miss. Moves the count to full. 3 balls and 2 strikes, and Urigo grabs some confidence from the whiff. Dominic Urigo out of Texas A&M looking to send this 4th of July crowd into a frenzy here. The Peanut Gallery shouts out to the field, and Bourbon stands in. The payoff pitch. Swung on a line drive right side. Foul. Wow, that was close to being a base hit and possibly an RBI. It's a well-hit liner over towards the first baseman, Andrew Bullock. It's a curling ball that goes past first base fair but falls foul. And so Bourbon will stand back in, frustrated after that one didn't find fair territory. Swings his lumber around. The 3-2 payoff. Swung on, ground ball right side, foul again. That one close also. Crown here trying to get into it. Doc Spiders on their longest winning streak of the season with 3. Trying to hold on to it here. Urigo, if he can manage Willie Bourbon into a double play, would grab a save. Bourbon stands in, waving his bat around. Urigo, the righty out of Texas A&M, deals in the 3-2. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. And there it is. The crowd goes into a frenzy. Excuse me, Urigo not from Texas A&M. He's from West Texas A&M. But with 2 outs on the board, now Zach Plunkett digs in. Plunkett has been in this situation before and has not come away victorious. You think back to that Rockford Rivets game when the Bullfrogs were down by 2 with a runner on and Plunkett was the last batter. Would strike out in that one. The righty out of Arkansas digs in now and watches a breaking ball come right across the plate 0-1. That one hung over there. I'm surprised Plunkett didn't give a cut at it. Plunkett on the season does have 1 home run, but it's with an asterisk as it would actually be a ground rule double that the umpires didn't see. Runners take their lead from first and second. The 0-1. Check swing did not go around. It was wide. 0-1. A tying run here, or rather a home run here, would tie the game. Tying runs at home plate in Zach Plunkett. Takes a deep breath. He's due. He's 0 for 3 on the day. Awaiting the offering from Urigo. The 1-1. Breaking ball that finds the zone again. A great pitch from Urigo, and Plunkett falls behind in the count. Gives himself a swing of the bat and chomps on his gum. Walks out, readjusts his batting helmet, and the crowd here gets on their feet. They can taste a victory here on Independence Day. Plunkett digs in, takes a deep breath. Alonzo Jones stands on deck. Plunkett stands in awaiting. Waves his lumber around. The 1-2 from Urigo. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. The throw over to first is in time as the strike was dropped, and the Doc Spiders grab a victory here on the 4th of July. They sweep the Green Bay Bullfrogs in a home-and-home double, or rather series, as they win this one here in Fond du Lac 8-5. It's the 4th straight victory of the second half of this season for the Doc Spiders. They end this second half of the season on a 4-game winning streak. The Bullfrogs in their second half of the season on the losing side of the column. They dropped game 2 against the Fond du Lac Doc Spiders 5-3. It's a 5-run bottom of the 5th inning. That's the difference. It was an inning where Pendergast came into it absolutely dealing for the Frogs. He had 5 strikeouts coming into the inning, and then he would walk 3 straight loading the bases. Brett Falk would come in and 5 runs would get across during his time on the mound. 3 of them awarded to Pendergast and then 2 against Falk. In the bottom of the 6th, the Dock Spiders would add another run, a late rally attempt by the Bullfrogs. However, exciting won't matter as the Bullfrogs drop 8-5. They put a run up in the top of the 7th, 3 in the top of the 8th, and with 2 runners on and 1 out on the board, the Bullfrogs can't get it done. It's a strikeout against Willie Bourbon, and it's a strikeout against Zach Plunkett. That ended the game, and it put the Bullfrogs to 12-23 on the season. That will do it for the first half of the season. Tomorrow brings a new day, and it brings a new slate of games for the Frogs. They will travel out to Wisconsin Rapids to take on the Rafters for the first game of a home-and-home series. The Bullfrogs back in Joe Annie Stadium on Thursday for a 7-5 matchup against the South Division champions of the first half, the Wisconsin Rapids Rafters. Stay tuned for the second half of the post-game show. You're listening to the WOCO Sports Stream on the Bullfrogs Radio Network. Stay tuned.
When you're looking for the perfect game for your appetite, look no further than Brewpub Lots of Matzo Pizzas. Made with premium meats and veggies, then topped with over half a pound of 100% fresh, real mozzarella cheese made right here in Wisconsin, every Brewpub Lots of Matzo Pizza is a home run. Made with the hungry in mind, Brewpub pizzas are big, bold, and belong in the big leagues of the frozen pizza industry. Enjoy a delicious piece of Brewpub Lots of Matzo Pizza right now from the concession stand, or pick one up at your local favorite grocery store. Brewpub Lots of Matzo Pizzas, the ingredients for a great time.
At 24/7 Well and Pump Service, we mean just that. Water will be available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Call 920-848-2407 or 920-604-2407, and a licensed professional will come out to your site. Whether it is a water system installation, repair, well inspection, or install underground water lines, they'll be there. Call 920-848-2407 or 920-604-2407. We're in the O'Connell Falls area Yellow Pages. 24/7 Well and Pump Service, Fireside Road, O'Connell Falls.
Visiting teams and combinations are brought to you by American Inn Lodge and Suites, Green Bay West. For toll-free reservations, contact 800-634-3444. American Inn Lodge and Suites, Green Bay West. Welcome to genuine American Inn hospitality.
Hello and welcome back to Herb Baker Field here on the campus of Marian University. The final here in Fond du Lac, the Dock Spiders 8, the Green Bay Bullfrogs 5. It was an ambitious rally attempt by the Bullfrogs, really their best of the season. They were down in this contest 8-1, however would manage a run in the top of the 7th and then 3 in the top of the 8th to put them into it. They would put 2 runners on with an out on the board, but 2 straight strikeouts ends the game. It was really probably the best rally attempt of the Bullfrogs of the season late in the game. We've seen them crawl up and just kind of give up on a game before. However, tonight, not the case. The Bullfrogs do their best to get on base and bring runs in, really, despite the fact that they lose, promising for the second half of the season. Of course, it's a brand new slate, and for the Frogs, they're going to have a really good second half if they want to try to make the playoffs. I really honestly do believe that this team has the ability to do that. I've seen these guys play now 35 games this season, and when they get together and things are rolling for the Bullfrogs, nothing can stop them. However, the first half of the season has come to a close. Their final record, 12-23 on the season. Of course, had that one rain out, that's why they have not played 36 games like the majority of other teams in the Northwest League. That rain out scheduled for all the way late in August. That one of those games will be sent to their record for the first half of the season, so you could tack on one more loss or one more win to that. We'll see how that goes. We'll look at the scoreboard across the Northwoods League before looking at an in-depth look into the box score. With that being said, the box score here in tonight for some reason has not been working. However, I was taking notes throughout the game, of course. Actually, I think that now that the game is going final, I do have it. In fact, I do. So we'll take a look at the scores around the league. The St. Cloud Rocks, they win the North Division today. They win 8-1 against the Duluth Huskies. You'll be seeing them in the playoff. The Wilmer Stingers manage a 5-4 victory over the Bismarck Larks in 11 innings. The Rockford Rivets are defeated by the Wisconsin Rapids Raptors 14-1. Of course, the Bullfrogs will travel to Whitterfield tomorrow to take on the Raptors. The Kenosha Kingfish beat the Madison Mallards 6-4. The Thunder Bay Border Cats beat the Eau Claire Express 5-4. The Rochester Honkers drop a game to the Mankato Moondogs 5-6. The La Crosse Loggers drop a game to the Waterloo Bucks, who finished second in the North Divisions 3-5. The Wisconsin Woodchucks beat the Battle Creek Bombers 6-3, and the Lakeshore Chinooks, after putting it on the Growlers last night, get a 7-1 loss tonight against the Kalamazoo Growlers. Take a look at the standings, your final standings, in fact, of the first half of the season. Well, I'll go through the first and second half of the season, as of course it's a brand new slate. In fact, if you go to the Northwoods League website right now and click on standings, everyone is 0-0. It's exciting to see, especially if you're a team like Green Bay, who had spurts this year where they looked well. In the North Division, going from top to bottom, St. Cloud Rocks, Waterloo Bucks, Mankato Moondogs third. Fourth, Wilmer Stingers, followed by Rochester Honkers, Bismarck Larks, Duluth Huskies, Eau Claire Express, and La Crosse Loggers, and Thunder Bay Border Cats. The St. Cloud Rocks win the North Division by 1 game, as the Waterloo Bucks lost their game that happened way earlier in the day, and that's how it got there. The Mankato Moondogs in third. The top team in the division, the St. Cloud Rocks, they went on a 7-game winning streak to end the year. The Mankato Moondogs ended their year out on a 5-game winning streak. South Division, from top to bottom, the Wisconsin Rapids Raptors win the South Division at a 27-9 record. The Kenosha Kingfish finished second, 4.5 games back behind the Raptors. The Battle Creek Bombers finished third, Mallards fourth at 19-16. The Lakeshore Chinooks finished fifth at 18-17. They lost tonight. If they would have won, they would have finished tied for fourth. The Rockford Rivets finished at 500, 17-17. The Dock Spiders, after winning tonight's game, in the year out on a 4-game winning streak, they finish in 7th place at 16-20. The Wisconsin Woodchucks went 15-20, and the Green Bay Bullfrogs, they finish in 9th place in the South Division at 12-23. And rounding things out on the bottom is the Kalamazoo Growlers at 9-25. That's a look at the standings after the first half of the season. Your winning pitcher on the night is Gunnar K. The losing pitcher, Jonathan Pendergast. Dominique Urigo is the saving pitcher on the night. A look for your Bullfrogs, Alonzo Jones went 1 for 4 with 2 RBIs, 2 runs, and a walk. Riley Smith went 1 for 3 with the walk. Mikey Folia went 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs and a run. Kyle Bino went 3 for 5 with 2 RBIs. Ben Hart went 0 for 4. Alex Pinner went 2 for 4 with a run and a walk. Tanner Poole went 1 for 4 with the walk. Willie Bourbon went 0 for 4 with the walk. Zach Plunkett, he went 0 for 4 with a run and a walk. Ben Hart was hit by a pitch in the contest as well. I'm not sure why that's not showing up, but that happened. And, of course, your pitchers, Jonathan Pendergast gets the loss. He pitched 4 innings, allowed 5 hits, 6 earned runs, would walk 6, and strike out 8. Brett Falk would pitch 2 innings, allow 4 hits, 2 earned runs, struck out 1, walked 2. Scott Gorsuch pitched an inning, struck out 2, and walked 3. Alex Stodola, he's back on the team, and he had a great start back here with the Green Bay Bullfrogs. Pitched the 8th inning for the Frogs, would walk 2 and strike out 2. Your Aurora Baycare Sports Medicine player of the game has got to be Kyle Bino. He went 3 for 5 with 2 RBIs and a double. And that will do it here in Green Bay. As always, it's a pleasure calling Green Bay Bullfrogs baseball here on the WOCO Sports Stream. Thanks to Larry for sticking around here on this July 4th to help broadcast this game back in the studio. And thank you to all of you, and I hope you had a wonderful and awesome 4th of July. We'll catch you tomorrow, same time. Stay tuned. As always, peace out. It's Ben Nolan.
Pizza lovers, have you tried a Brew Pub pizza? Designed to be the best of the best pub pizzas ever made, every Brew Pub Lots of Matza pizza is made with your favorite premium meats and veggies and topped with over a half pound of award-winning Wisconsin mozzarella cheese. Brew Pub Lots of Matza pizzas are made right here in Wisconsin. Brew Pub Lots of Matza pizzas are available at your local grocer and tavern. Check Brew Pub Pizzas out at facebook.com/brewpubpizza and get more details at brewpubpizza.com. Brew Pub Lots of Matza pizzas, official frozen pizza of the Green Bay Bullfrogs.
We all want to be self-sufficient, whether it's fixing projects at home, whether it's changing the oil on the car, or maybe even keeping your checkbook balanced. But when it comes to income taxes, trust me, you don't want to do it yourself. You don't want to do it with someone that just does it 3 months a year as a little sideline job. You need to work with a proactive 24/7 CPA firm that can actually get your results and keep more money in your pocket. Pick up the phone today, 715-735-0583.
We've heard it time and time again. You want local loan decisions and servicing, faster turnaround, and answers to your questions handled right here in Oconto. At the Stevenson National Bank and Trust, we've got all of those bases covered, from local loan decisions and on-time closings to great rates and fair terms. Visit me, Bob Schwartz, at the Stevenson National Bank and Trust. I've helped many people, and now I'd like to help you with your next loan. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
If you don't know everything about insurance, you'll profit from the knowledge and experience at the Oconto Falls Insurance Center, 113 North Main Street, downtown Oconto Falls. You'll benefit from their thorough analysis of the insurance that you really need. They'll recommend the companies and policies that are the best for you. At the Oconto Falls Insurance Center, they specialize in complete coverage of all your insurance needs. Call the Oconto Falls Insurance Center, 113 North Main Street, downtown Oconto Falls.
That has been Green Bay Bullfrog Baseball on WOCO Stereo FM. Today's game being brought to you by 24/7 Well and Pump, Islandfeld, Scatcherd, and Anderson, the NW Credit Union, O'Connell Pharmacy, the O'Connell Falls Insurance, Stevenson National Bank and Trust, and with Piggly Wiggly, also by America Inn, Brew Pub Pizza, Cellcom, Tri-City Glass, and Triangle Distributing. Stay tuned for more Green Bay Bullfrog Baseball on 107.1 WOCO Stereo FM. Have a great day.